Well, we're back. We're live. Oof, it's going to be an interesting episode. I've been wanting to get my mother on for a long time. It's when I started this podcast journey with John and Warren, he's in the chat right now. Me and John came up around the same time, both from the same town. Interesting. I was always trying to. My main goal was always to interview my mother. I thought it would be a good interview. I didn't know how to do it. And at the time, I was like, well, maybe, I was going to do it early, and I'm glad I didn't. What a mistake that would have been. God, I was terrible. I'm still terrible, but it's a little better. I thought I'd bring her on because I am going to bring her on my Facebook show, which I did a good one today. I'm sure we'll talk about a little bit. Interesting one. But, get her some reps. She needs some reps, so we figure we'll bring her into the Twitter world. Is this smart? Probably not. Probably not smart, but we're going to do it anyway. Just a couple of things from my last episode. A lot of upset people as they move a second aircraft carrier into the region of Iran, right? I had a few people come out. I don't know if anybody knows Adam from Jersey, nicknamed Adam the Jew. Nice guy. Not happy with some of the stuff I said. I think we may have come to some kind of truce here. We've come to a standstill, a stalemate of sorts. But Adam, I love you. I love all of you. I only love. I don't hate. I just don't want to see my son in Iran fighting. I think it's pretty simple. So yeah, I'm sorry if Adam was offended. I saw Jeff got a lot of feedback in the last show. It seems like the bunnies liked him, thought he was cute, good looking. Jeff did a great job. He owns Roller World, great place to go roller skating. A friend of mine, Jewish guy, he didn't seem so happy after either. So look, you can't please everybody. It's a crazy world out there, but you know what? We're gonna bring out my mother now. Let's get her on the scene. Welcome to her first appearance on Kane's Corner, and I promise you, it'll probably be her last. Let's get her on the stage. Here she is. Yeah, I think it'll be your last, probably.
Probably.
Did you crack a glass of wine at least or something? Or
yeah.
That's good. That's smart. That's good. We'll get a lot out of her. We'll get a lot out of her tonight on this. So I was saying to the crowd that's not here. Well, we got a few people listening, but so I did the interview with Carol today, which I thought was really good. You started listening to her, right? You said?
Right. I started it. I just haven't finished it yet.
Yeah, she was pretty emotional at times.
Was she? Well, she's a nice lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She so the background, so some of the people here know she lost both of her sons. One of her sons was friends with my brother. Her older son was a badass in the military, a Green Beret, special ops, killed in Afghanistan. Today we found out how. It was really hard to listen to, but it was she got it out there, Mom. So it was exciting.
Yeah.
Very, very exciting to hear her take, and she thought it was pretty good. What are you up to, Mom? What are you up to today, Jocelyn? You put your real name in there? You nuts? You nuts?
That's what I prefer to be called.
Yeah. What's going on? You got a weird angle too. I can see up at your wall. First of all, she has a great house, beautiful house, very clean. Grew up in.
Very clean.
It is. You do a good job.
Thank you.
Yes. I already got some people that are not happy. Got a few people, but that's all right. Anyway. So just I'm gonna read something after, but so are you okay coming on here? What is your first impressions of coming on the podcast? Are you a little nervous or?
No, not nervous. No? I'm okay. Yeah.
Are you surprised there's a group of people that hate me on the internet or?
No, I'm not surprised.
Why is that? That's not nice. Why do you think they don't like
me? Because you don't have a filter and you just.
I don't have a filter? Okay.
No.
What else?
Very opinionated.
Yes, yes, yes. That's all it is. That's right. No filter. Very opinionated.
Mhm.
So we grew up in Rhode Island in a beautiful apartment on Swampsett Avenue. I don't know if you've ever been down there. It's really nice. What are some of like the first things like when I was born? Do you remember like the thing like what my favorite foods were, or like favorite colors, or do you remember
What were your
anything about when I was
favorite
younger?
food? Well, you liked to eat. I
No,
don't know if
really,
you had any favorite foods.
really. I just liked everything. I just liked
Just
everything.
just liked everything, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's a long time ago. That was 45 years ago.
yeah. I know. I know. That's why I'm
Mhm.
going back. I'm trying to go back in time here.
Yeah, back in
Yeah.
time.
Tell what are some of the things that I annoyed you with when I was younger? What are some of the things you were like this kid?
That you annoyed me with?
Yeah, he's not doing well here.
Oh, geez. I don't know. I don't know. Used to talk a lot.
Wow, wow. That's it.
That's it. I don't know. I
Jesus,
don't
you don't have much to
remember.
say, do
I'm
you?
sure you did a lot of annoying things. I just can't remember offhand. But those were good years. Those were good years.
Yeah, they were good years. Uh, so we had some great years back in the day, Mom.
Hmm.
But what else is going on? What are you up to today? What's your day look like
Today
today?
I went
Retirement.
to, huh?
What did your retirement day look like today?
Oh, today I got up early. I went to Kennedy's gymnastics meet,
Oh, really? How
in
was it
Brockton. It was
in
good.
Brockton? Oof. How'd it go? How'd you do?
She did good. She came in third overall, or fourth. I think it was fourth.
All right. How's
She
everybody
did
else
good.
doing?
Everybody else, what are they doing or how are they doing?
How are they doing?
They're
The rest
doing
of the family.
like they're doing good, I guess.
Yeah.
I live here in my retirement bubble, so I don't know.
Yeah. So she's been retired. She was
It'll
a
be two
med tech.
years. Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
It'll be 2 years in March.
Wow.
Mm,
It's nice. Nice to have all that money, isn't it?
yeah.
Get to
Yeah.
retire
It's
rich.
awesome. Yeah, retired and rich.
Yeah.
Mm.
Uh, so what else is going on? What's going on in the world of mom these days?
The world of mom. Not too much.
You been going out with any friends? Any dates?
No.
You haven't been on any dates.
No.
Okay, just for context, she said not to ask her any hard questions. Of course, I'm not going to listen. My father's been dead now for 10 years. It was a horrible, it was a horrible time when it happened. My mother was always excited because his last meal was awesome, awesome Chinese food, right, Mom?
Right.
And my brother called me that night, and it was horrible. And but now it's been 10 years. It's been 10 years,
Right.
and I know she's been on a few dates for sure, but she won't tell me who they are. It's like I just wonder, is this the process now? Are you going to keep dating?
No.
We're
I
not
don't.
gonna do we're not gonna do this on Facebook. So on Facebook, we're gonna do more of an interview. For here, where this is more for the Twitter people, the bunnies. You know who the
Oh,
bunnies are?
okay.
The
Well,
bunnies. I'll show
dating.
you. Go ahead. Yeah, yeah. Go
I
ahead, Mom.
don't want to date,
You don't want to date.
play dating games, all that.
Well, I know. You're still very young,
I
though.
like my life just the way it is.
Oh, hold on. Yeah. Oh, 1 second, Mom. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Yeah, I can hear you.
So no dating.
Nope.
No, not at all.
No.
Not even thinking about it.
Nope.
Why not?
I don't know. I don't want to. I like it that no one tells me what to do. I do what I want. I don't ask anybody if I can do it or what their opinion is. I just do it.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, it's nice. Are you going to? What's the long term prognosis? To just be in your house when you're 85 years old alone, or
Yeah, I'll be there.
really?
I'll be here.
I'll be there. I'll be with you, Mom. We'll be there.
You won't be with me. No.
No? So far now, so you're here. We're gonna build up to it though. But what's your first impressions of my girlfriend? I think the people will
I
be
think
happy.
I love her.
You love her. Really nice, right? Really nice.
Well, I
She's real.
shouldn't say love. I don't know. I like her very much. She's
Yes.
very nice, and she's
Not going to throw that love word around easily.
no, you
You
don't.
have to earn that shit.
You shouldn't throw that word around.
Yeah.
But I do like her very much.
Yes. So she bopped in a week ago or 2 weeks ago now, 2 Wednesdays ago, into the Jessica Machado show. She's a local. She's a podcaster now. I guess she did a lot of journalism work, but I've been on her show a couple times, and she bopped in, and I really think it was, she saw, maybe she saw the bunny so happy to see me, and she just wanted to make sure everybody knew it was hers. I think. She said that was
Oh my
maybe
God.
maybe a little part of it, but
Oh,
so good. So you do like her,
I like her very much.
and she's real.
She's
Right?
normal.
Yes, I don't live like in a shelter or I live in a
I
house.
won't elaborate on that, but yeah, she's normal and nice and pleasant.
Yes. So my mother's been critical of some of the other people in my life. We won't talk about the ex-wife because my
That's
mother.
the only one I've been critical of.
Well, that's not true. That's not true. And we don't talk about the ex too much because she can't handle herself. She can't control herself. She goes off the rails. My whole life is I've been told for the last probably 2 years how crazy it was that I didn't see the things I should have saw, and I've never been let to forget this, and it continues to this day. That I didn't realize how selfish and self-centered she was, and everybody else saw what I didn't see. Right, Mom?
Right.
You may see her this weekend. Are you ready for that?
No, his game's on Saturday, isn't it?
Well, that's true. She's not. She's usually on the weekend. She's not
That's
around.
your parenting day.
That's my parent every weekend, right, Mom?
Every
That's not fair.
weekend.
That's not fair, right?
No, it's not.
It's not fair. Yeah. So.
No. But I don't. Yeah, that's okay because you don't care. It doesn't bother you, so that's okay with me.
Yeah, so I'm a good parent. I don't mind. I love having my kids. I've
You're
talked
an
about
awesome. You're an awesome father. Your
I've
father
been
would be
that.
so proud of you.
Woody?
Yeah.
Well, that's nice. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
He never told me that in my life. He never hugged me.
No, I know.
I'm just kidding.
I know.
Just kidding. No, he was great. He was great. He told me he was proud of me all the time, so I appreciate that. Without my father, who knows what I would be right now? A recluse.
No, that's nice.
Yeah. So, do you like the girlfriend?
Mm-hmm.
We don't like the ex-wife.
No, we don't.
Even though I've made my own mistakes, right?
Oh, yeah, I give you that. That's true.
That's right.
But
It takes two to tango, right?
well, I guess.
She also wasn't very supportive of my brother when he was sick, which is also a big sticking point. We went to a wake together. My father's wake, and my wife did not sit with me at the wake, and that didn't go over well either, right, Mom?
Right.
I might as well put it all out there. I mean, she also, she just was very self-centered. But we won't talk about her. We'll talk about the other person. Remember,
Okay.
the one that left me stranded for the football game. You were pretty critical of her.
Oh yeah, I didn't like her.
And like Lisa.
No. I didn't think that was very nice.
I don't know if I ever told you this. These we have, right?
Yeah.
So I dated this girl, Lisa, from Lowell, I guess, technically, but she lived in Nashua. She was a Portuguese girl, nice woman, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know how to really explain her anymore. But anyway, she had told me at one point, this is hard to admit because I'm usually not this kind of person, but she told me this story that her father had passed away. And my mother will actually probably enjoy this a little bit because she believes in psychics and stuff. She really does believe these things. So you might really actually believe this. So she said she was sitting in her living room and she saw her father after he died. And she just stood there and looked at her for like 3 or 4 minutes, looked at him for 3 or 4 minutes. And then he went away. So she told me that for her whole life that she has like the sixth sense. And so I said to her, I was kind of vulnerable at the time, very stupid. if I let you have these ashes, you think maybe, I could see my brother. I don't know what I was thinking. And she said, yeah, I can definitely make that happen.
Oh my God.
So I gave her the ashes. And right when I gave her the ashes was right when the football game thing happened. So I was supposed to go to her with her to a football game. It was going to be like these great seats, like they were like club seats. We were going to see Patrick Mahomes play. Oh my God, I was so happy. Mahomes, I think it was Mac Jones at the time. I was sitting there basically with my waiting on the corner, and the girl just never showed. Just left me in the lurch. And I just couldn't believe it. And then she eventually texted me and said, I just don't know if I can do this. Like, I don't know if I can be with anybody and blah, 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 blah. And just left. But what I didn't realize is she had my ashes. So
You told me that. I
did?
told you better get them back.
Yeah. So then she blocked everything, so I couldn't get in touch with her. And then I finally did. And I got them back.
Wow. Yeah.
You didn't like her much.
I thought she was kind of fake.
Yeah, not nice, really, right? Yeah, not a huge fan. Yeah, so the other piece of my life that we dealt with was my mother being. My father had passed away, and my brother got very sick. He had ALS, and he lived for about 8 years, and then passed away. So when this happens, you don't know what to do. You don't know what's going on. I had no idea of what it actually was. Like, I've heard of it. I kind of understood, I guess, but I didn't really grasp it, man. The first night we found out, I remember my brother called me, or maybe it was you that called me. I'm not exactly sure who called me, but I remember we were at your house and we went down there and kind of spent the night together, and it was a crazy night, crazy night. But so for 8 years, it was like a roller coaster ride. And my mother, if you don't know anything about her, the one thing you can say about her is just how strong she is. Really, I didn't expect to see what I saw. I didn't expect somebody to be this. I always knew my mother was pretty strong, but just to go through a day of what this turned into, and have to do it day after day, and day after day, and day after day, with no sleep and no rest, and just kind of on her own, really. No, you're not really. Basically on her own, on a day-to-day basis, was something unbelievable to watch. You know, I wrote something on Facebook. I'm gonna read it for the people. Read for the people. Then we'll do some. I'll go back into it, and we can just. I'm just curious about some thoughts of that. Maybe 1 second. That's your heat system. If you're wondering how good that heat system is, it's supernatural. Supernatural.
Yeah.
I'll fucking find it now. Yeah. All right. All right. That thing is really loud.
It is? You can hear that?
Yeah, that's all I can
Oh.
hear.
Oh.
You think you could turn the heat off, or what do you think?
No, I don't think so.
You're
Jeez.
stubborn like me too. All right.
It'll shut off.
So this is a week after my brother had passed away. I wrote this in Facebook. So now that I've had time to gather my thoughts, I just want to thank some people. I want to thank my mother for being as strong and inspirational as a person can be. I love you so much. What you had to endure has no words. Andrea, for all the work she put into the service, all the memories she created with my brother. Her dedication to my brother was true love. Thanks for bringing Kennedy into our lives. I love you for that. My family for being there for my mother this week and making it a touch easier. I want to thank Christian, John, Jason, Kyle, who kissed me like 8 times, and I loved every second of it. For being there the whole time and being great friends. I want to thank Stephanie and Brad for having so much love and compassion for Matt. He loved you guys and your family so much. And again, thanks to anyone who came. And one second. Oh, I had something else too. That's not exactly the one I want to read.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that? Yeah.
No.
Hold on 1 second. That's weird. Well, anyway, it's basically just saying. I guess I did write something else, and it might have been actually in the speech that we read at the wake. Just your strength, Mom. I watched you do something that I don't think anybody really is ready for. It was just an amazing thing to watch. I wish. I hope there's no resentment of anything in your life that happened during that time. I don't know. I think we've kind of got past a lot of the stuff that happened, and it's a family disease. A lot of people are affected by it, but your true love for my brother, and just who you are as a person, is just touching in a lot of ways. For me to really be a better example for my kids, just to show that that's what you do in the hard times, and in the hardest times, you were the strongest.
No,
I don't
that's
know.
nice. Thank you,
Yeah,
Nick.
yeah.
You
I just
have
don't
to.
know what
You
else.
have to just do what you have to do. That's all.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Easier
There's
said
no
than
real.
done.
There was no real, choice for me.
I mean, I guess we can just to give an example. I don't think people really quite grasp what it's like. And I can just, maybe you can correct me, and I'll just kind of talk about a day in the life for you a little bit, so they'll kind of understand like what ALS is, what you're dealing with. And I don't want to talk really about this again with your mom. I know my mother now has basically gone the opposite route. Now ALS is the biggest. She don't want that in her life anymore, and I understand why.
But you have to. You have to. Your brother was the one that was sick, so he had the hardest road to travel.
He did. He did, and he went as far as he could go, and you'd be surprised what he can accomplish in a wheelchair. It's pretty impressive.
I was surprised.
Yeah, it's a guy that never gave up on anything, so it was
No, he
impressive to
never
watch.
gave
But
up.
at the maybe the last year, 2 years, or whatever it was. I mean, a day in the life was basically he'd wake up right around 10 o'clock. That would be
He did.
yeah. I'm
Or
asking
me?
you.
Oh,
No, I know what you did. We're just gonna go through the whole day so we can kind of put it out there so people can grasp it.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
let's see. Well, he got up. He got up around 11, and I did have help. I had Laura.
Yeah.
That
So
came.
Laura was a kind of like a
She was a home health aide, and she
home
helped
health.
me.
Sure. So you get up at 11, and you'd have to. So he'd be set up for the night throughout the night with everything that he needed to get through a night. We'll get.
Well, you have to. I still had to get up at night with him, and
yeah, we're gonna get to that though. Yeah. Let's go in motion.
But he just got up. He had a shower.
So he didn't just get up. So I'm gonna fill in the details because the details are important. So he'd wake up. You'd have to roll him to the edge of the bed, and you'd have to lift him. You'd have to get his legs set. His legs they weren't wobbly or whatever. You'd have to get him set to the ground. Then you'd have to get him set. You'd have to lift him the right way, and somebody'd have to come behind, put the wheelchair down, and you have to set him in pretty much perfectly. If not, he's not perfect. You get stiff, and he can slide right out of the chair. So that was the first part, is you put him in. So then you would do what after that? Then we'd wheel him to the bathroom.
And he'd go to the bathroom, he'd take his shower, and come out and get him. Yeah, gosh, it's funny how you don't want to remember those things, but yeah, then you get him dressed for the day, and
getting him in the bath. Go ahead.
One of the amazing things about him though was that he got up every single day except one, and he was so sick when he got COVID. But other than that, he was up every day.
Every day.
Every day. Yeah.
So basically, you get him into the bathroom. You'd have to get him off the chair onto the toilet, whatever. And then after
Mhm.
that, he'd have to go back in a chair. Then you'd wheel him into the shower. In the
Yeah.
showered in a chair,
Mhm.
scrub him down. Again, if you don't know my brother, and that's great, but I'll tell you that shower had to be perfect. Like you had to get it right to the right, not too hot, not too cold, and the person can't communicate with you really, other than grunt.
No. No. That was hard.
So you have to learn. You're learning by he's taking the beating as you're teaching yourself how to deal with an ALS patient because there's no rule book for this.
No.
So then when he would get out of the shower, you'd have to pick him back up, dry him all off, dry every piece of him off to get him back in it. It was hard. It was very hard how
Yeah.
you did this, Mom. I know you laugh now, but this is fucking crazy. Sorry, I don't mean to swear. Then you have to wipe him down. Then you have to dress him. You have to get him
Mhm.
dressed. Then it would get him dressed. You get him out. You'd have to get him into a chair, back into his wheelchair,
Yeah.
set up his stuff, and then you'd have to get the feeding ready.
Right.
Crush the pills, get all the
Yeah.
do like 6 gallons of water for 2 pills, Mom, right? No?
No.
Just a little bit of water, take the pills, get them in, and then get the feeding.
Mhm.
And then that would hold off for a couple hours. You had a little bit. That's where you would find your free time to do what you wanted to do, right, Mom? You still had to get stuff. My mother worked during this at times.
Yeah.
A long time.
I worked through the whole thing.
Full time.
Not
Still
full
doing
time.
advice.
Not at the end. Not at the end.
No,
I
but
did
but
full-time.
before that was pretty much full time, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you'd have to after that, you'd have a day of whatever came up, came up. You don't know. If he can't control himself, and it's I hate to be graphic, but like if you had to go to the bathroom or stuff like that, you had to change him, all that kind of stuff. And as you went, you'd feed him again, and eventually you have to get him to bed. And the bedtime process was crazy. It's
Yeah.
little things that you don't think about, right? So
Well, you found out when you
I did
took
find out
care
the
of
hard
him?
way. Yeah, I did horrible. Jesus Christ. It took me a while.
Oh,
After a while I finally got it, but you get him into the bed and if you don't think about the little things that are important. Hey, your eyes itchy or your nose, your feet, like he can't talk to you once you're down. In the process of how you had this, so what did you have to do to get him? What kind of stuff did you do to him inside the bed, like to get him comfortable?
oh, he had a pillow behind him, a pillow between his legs. Make sure he wasn't laying on his shoulder.
We had to put cotton between his toes so his toes didn't scratch and
Did
stuff
I
like
do
that,
that?
right?
No, I don't
Yeah, he
think
said, he used to do the gauze between the toes.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Yes.
See, I already forgot.
Yeah, you have to put the blankets the perfect way. You have to get his arm just right. When you turn him over, you had to put pillows. I know it's funny, right? To put like pillows behind him so he was wedged up.
It's not funny. I was just thinking that's why it was so hard for anybody else to do it because it was a learn as you go process. So it's hard to teach somebody.
And then all night she would just flip her over back and forth as he just
I didn't sleep much at night. Yeah.
He didn't sleep.
No.
So a few times when my mother would get a little bit of vacation, get a little break, you go over there and you'd realize like, yeah, it was real work.
But he's the one that suffered, so.
Yeah, he did, Mom. But you did, more than, the fact you come out of that with really no debt or any of that stuff, and you did a lot more for yourself.
Well, we had a lot. We had, we had support. People support you and help you out, and
no, they did. But the work is the work,
Yeah.
Yeah, but you did great.
Thank you.
You did great. So now you just got to find yourself a boyfriend. That's next.
Why? Why do you want me to have a boyfriend?
Who'd you go out with? You won't tell me, huh? Is there anybody I know or?
Yeah.
Really is. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, well, how many other people know? Am I like the one that'll never know? Is it like
nobody knows? Nobody knows. No,
Nobody
there's
knows.
nothing to know. There's nothing to know, honestly.
Okay. You got any trips planned coming up? Anything going on? I know.
Let's see. Well, I'm going to Florida the end of March to see Judy.
Yeah,
and then I don't know from there. Who knows?
She had a nice trip planned to Japan, Singapore, and where else are you going? You going Bali.
That broke my heart the most.
And there was a tsunami coming, so they had to
Typhoon
coming, so they just bowed out.
No, they were in the typhoon. It's like, no, I didn't want to chance it with your grandmother. So
Yeah, that's true. That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
So let me ask you this: where does the
And
name Kane come from?
I do a lot of cocaine, so they put the cane at the end.
Oh,
I'm just
brother.
kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, I know what it is. It's actually Kane is able. It's kind of like a play on words, but I actually saw it on the side of a truck. It's a Pennsylvania company. I'm like, that's a pretty cool name. I use it for my fantasy football, and then it's just turned to Kane. It's just easier.
Oh, why don't you just use your own name?
Yeah, I guess at this point, why not? Everybody knows what it is. Christ's sakes, like that's all they do is try to find out everything they can about me. I mean, I had a guy yesterday who tried to scare me and post some documents from a court record, and I just posted. I don't care.
Oh, there's probably plenty of those.
Well, yeah, they're losers, complete losers, and bad people. But I'm the bad guy. But so I sent it out there, and my phone number was on there, and I only got one person call me.
Wow, that's
His name is
amazing.
His name is Doctor Vodka. Ironically, he doesn't drink anymore. So yeah, so that's
Okay.
it. So now you're ready for your next showing on Facebook. We'll be
Yeah, eventually.
we'll have to redo this one and do it a little differly. Trying to
No,
think.
it's,
Well,
it's
you
been.
know what? Let's ask the chat if they have any questions before we get you out of here, because I'm not going to keep you all night. We're not going to ask that, BA. We're not going to ask that. Let's go. If you got any questions for my mom, we'll ask them as long as they're like relatively normal. We don't want any like real stupid things. Let's see. We'll wait for a couple. We got the bunnies in here. I'm sure they got something. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see if we get something. All right, there we go. This is a good one. Ready?
Mm.
Oh,
When did you quit eating vegetables? You love vegetables.
Yeah, nah. He's saying that because I'm very fat.
Oh.
Oh. Yes, there you go. Worst
Worst
thing I did.
thing.
I
Oh
did
my
as a teen.
goodness. That's a long list. Let's see.
Jesus.
The worst thing. Let's see. Well, it's not the worst thing, but it's one thing. He went to a party and lost his car. Is that when you parked it in the cemetery?
No,
Your
it was a
father
different
was so
time.
mad at you.
That was a different time.
Oh.
It was a different time. Yeah, I did lose my car. I remember that. I vividly remember getting woken out of bed. My father saying, "Where's your fucking car?" And then I said, "I don't know," and I didn't know. And then I put it together finally, and we went and picked it up. And yes, he wasn't happy.
I mean, you weren't horrible, but
No, not horrible. Just not great.
just not great.
Yes. All right.
You're lucky your son's not like you.
Yes. Do you think Nancy Guthrie is still alive, Mom?
Do I think she? No, I don't think she
You don't
is.
think she is? Do you have any
No.
theories of what happened, or
I have no, not at all.
no?
They
You
cleared
think
the
it's just
families, just so none of the families involved.
really they cleared everybody in the family?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear that. That's interesting.
I heard that on the news tonight.
Okay.
No, I don't think she's. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so.
Well,
really.
we don't know, but yes. Let's see. Do you watch my show? You don't watch
No.
this show?
It's the first time I've seen it. I have to watch it from now. I don't have TikTok though. I don't think.
I don't know what this means. What does she think about the sheriff? You know what that means?
No. Who's the sheriff?
I have no idea. Are you a true crime gal?
Yes, I love that.
You love true crime.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite? You got a podcast you listen to, or a movie?
No,
show,
I just like the shows like Dateline and
Dateline.
2020. I'm not yet. 48 Hours. Those shows, I like them.
Yeah, this is gonna be tough. Oh, what is her?
Your proudest moment. I think one of my proudest moments is now the father that he is now. He's such a good dad.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. You'd
That's
be surprised.
true.
These people think I'm like a lowlife. I'm a deadbeat. They're trying to
A
figure out if I pay.
deadbeat?
Yeah. So they're trying to figure out if I pay my child support. Do I pay my
Oh my
child support?
goodness. You don't he pays his child support. He's never late.
Never. You're not allowed to
Never.
be. Trust
Never
me.
ever.
They never met Roxanne. Never late. Never late.
You're not allowed to be
I don't
late.
like court, and she loves it. Tell us three things you love about Kane. You don't have to do that.
3 things I love about him. Sense of humor.
Wow.
I love that
Just making shit up. Keep trying. You got this.
he's a good. I love his cooking.
Wow.
What else? And I love that you're very informed on the issues of the day. I like that.
Wow. Jesus. All right. Let's see what he has. Oh, this is Barstool Advisor. He's a Canadian. Lives in Toronto. Sounds like he's Canadian.
He's from Toronto?
Yes. Do you know what clout means?
Clout Kane. No.
Yeah. What he's saying basically is, I'm bringing you on just for views. He may be true. It may be true.
My mother's from Toronto.
Yeah. Don't talk about your mother. Okay. Take it easy.
She's a Canadian.
Yeah, she is a Canadian. She is a Canadian. We learned that all the hard way, didn't we? Yeah, we won't bring that up. All right, let's see what your opinion is on this. Guy's name is Memes. He's not nice. I think we've gotten to a place where we're okay, I guess. I don't know. He's a little weird, but said K Mom is smart enough to know Karen Reed smoked her boyfriend in the snow. Do you think Karen Reed killed her boyfriend?
No.
You don't.
No, I don't.
That's all we need. Let's see. How often? All right, this is a good one. How often do you guys talk?
Oh, we talk a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I come down quite a bit.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. All the things I've said, all you come and finding out that they're not lies. How does that feel? Let's see. Anything else good? Oh, here's a good one. Who dropped Kane as a child the most times?
Oh, I don't think we ever dropped him. I know he fell off the bed one time, but other than that, we didn't drop him.
That's why I'm not doing well mentally.
That's why. I don't think he fell on your head though. He just fell. It was a nice thick carpet.
She also I think gave me asthma because they used to smoke in the.
We did. That was the worst thing I ever did. We smoked everywhere.
Is Kane's mom taller than him? Probably pretty close. Probably right on the edge.
No, I don't think. Yeah, we're probably. I'm 5'4", so.
Yeah, 5'6". So, yeah. All right. I think that's it.
Okay.
You didn't get too far. Nobody. Well, there was a few people that were nasty, but we won't acknowledge them. I got to find this guy's thing now, so I can get rid of this stupid comment. 1 second. Didn't go that far. Where is he? There we go. Oh, Cyber Chick too. You don't know her. She's very nice. Her family lived in a cult.
Really? That's interesting.
Yes, it was very interesting.
Yeah.
Brought her on last week, and she put out a good show for us. It was an interesting story.
Yeah, that is.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mom. I'm gonna get you out of here.
Okay.
You did 38
Thanks for having
minutes.
me on.
You did 10 minutes longer than any podcast Mick has ever done. So you've done a good job.
Okay. All right. I love you.
All right, we'll let you go.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. There you have it. I didn't lie. Like I told you, I'm here for my family. No bullshit. You got it right from her mouth. Right from her mouth. So I don't want to hear the bullshit, okay? That's for all you haters. All the haters. Ooh. All right. So she's the first guest. We got some stuff to talk about. We got a little guy in Cape Cod, New York, wherever the fuck he lives. Been taking a lot of shots at me. Sure, I like it. Not sure what I'm going to do, but I got a couple clips because I've learned how to share a screen on StreamYard. and we'll be talking about that scumbag Mick. Oh, he's not a scumbag. He's a good broadcaster, but protecting this Don the Jeweler guy is crazy. Don is the worst. Now, so many people don't know who he is, but he's just this troll account who thinks he is holier than thou. Thinks he's like this wonderful guy. And as you saw, I just gave you a little sneak peek into some of the DMs this guy sends me, and he is a nasty asshole. We want Don off the internet. Fuck this guy. I'm not into canceling people. I don't care. Do what you want. Teach their own, but enough, Don. Enough. I get it. You waste your whole life worrying about what I'm doing. I don't understand why. So, it was I went at him. Mick came in to the rescue. This guy's sending my stuff from my court, with my name on it and stuff I signed and whatever. I posted it. I just posted it to get it out there. I don't care. I only got one call today. It's amazing. Just one call. But Mick is the type of guy that's he's just hasn't put it all together yet. I don't know if you know him, Mick Marks. We're gonna share a screen in a minute. We'll play a clip from Menner's show. Another great show from Menner's. He brings on Mick, asks him nothing. Everything's a joke with these guys. This guy is supposed to be a serious podcaster, and I don't know if you saw it today. I'm sure some of you did. He posted his agenda for tomorrow, and it's got like 20 things on there. And he does 28-minute podcasts. I mean, how are you going to talk about all that? I don't even get it. Okay, I like Mick, though. I like him. He's a good guy. Let's play a clip. Let's play it. Let's see if I can do it here. I can do it. Share a screen. Let's see which one's the first one. Nope, not that one. Let's see. This is the first one. Yes. All right. So we will do this.
Show killer. Portnoy is your bitch. You're his daddy. You own him. How you feeling?
I feel sad for the fans of that program, but I do take some pride in the fact.
First off, Mick taking credit for getting rid of the Unnamed show. Is this a joke? Is it a bit? I hope it's a bit. What the fuck would you have to do with getting rid of the fucking Unnamed show, Mick? How about nothing? How about not a fucking thing? Not one thing. The reason the Unnamed show is not there is not because of Mick Marks. The reason the Unnamed show is not there is because Kirk Minahan left. That's why. Portnoy just fucking dummy you every time he went on a screen and talked about you. He shit all over you, Mick. You kept going back for more, and he just kept going on his platform and shitting on you, and you couldn't do a fucking thing about it. So you just stayed off because he wasn't even going to bring you on his show. You got rid of the Unnamed show? I mean, this guy has lost his fucking marbles. A very talented broadcaster, by the way. Let me just say that one more time. He's a very talented broadcaster. This guy's lost his mind. Let's go. Let's play a little more.
Dave Portnoy admitted himself that I essentially killed his program. He was sick of getting clipped.
He did not.
Drawing him into stuff. It's not a good day, but I take a little, there's a little happiness to it.
I was saying before that if anyone wanted any clear evidence that the old Dave Portnoy is dead, that was it. He wants to be safe.
No, yeah, he wants no problems, and the thing is his just blaming me is still him kind of not learning from his mistake early. Like, all of this could have been avoided, and we don't have to go.
I mean, his mistake. Oh, is that the mistake that he made with his 5 houses that he has, Nick? Or is that the mistake he made? Or are you live in some fuck? What the fuck are you? Where do you even live? Look at this guy's hat, that brow. What's going on with that? You're living in like some scrap apartment, man. He's worth $200 million. I'm not really sure what you're talking about here, Mick, but again, we'll play a little more, I guess.
Go over it all, but
or his Carol Baskins.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll die with your name on his lips.
Menners, I have a question for you, because this is something that I haven't brought up, I don't think, at all. Are you ready to apologize. I've been looking for the clip. I know I was talking to you. It must have been on Beyond Average. It might have been on one of your shows. I said to you, I warned you about this Kane guy. I warned you about Kane. I said, he's trouble. As there's something going on. You were his, he was your protege. You were mentoring this man. Do you take all responsibility for this? This is on you.
Mick, I have apologized on every show I've done for the last week. I don't know. I mean, I can't send every Minifan a personal apology, but I addressed all the Minifans.
Bro, that gets me just so happy. This is what you're doing, Mick, now? Come on, buddy. Jesus. Manners, too. Give it up. Give up the act. It's a dumb act. Dumb act. We got another clip with him. Let's get rid of that one. One more. I'm gonna tell you what Mick is really kind of all about. Let's get him on. Is this one? Yes, this one. It's kind of fun.
Speaking of no good, how's your Michael Jackson podcast coming?
All right, well, he's dead, I guess. I mean, that's all I can tell you. He's dead. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's an update I have for you. He died. There you go.
Okay, so no imminent drop.
No, it's coming. It's coming. It's just
First off, it's not coming. It's never gonna come. This is Mick Marks 101. This is my biggest problem with Mick is he's a talented guy. Very talented. He never finishes a fucking thing. You said you were going to do the Michael Jackson documentary, and now you're just not going to do it. Don't come at me, Mick. You're the one who wants to start projects and just not finish them. I don't even get it. It's a good idea, Mick. Go with the fucking project. Nobody's done the Michael Jackson documentary. I haven't seen really anything about it, about how his death and how he died. Go for it. I think it's a good idea. I'm not sure what you're doing, Mick. Let's go back.
I don't know. I've had like a hard time getting into any like cases lately or anything like that. Like I've obviously been doing research for that, and I've ton of writing, and we'll have a project coming out. But I don't know. Like
the diaries of Beyond Average.
Oh,
yeah.
Shut up. Project coming out. Stop it. You don't have anything coming out. Anything coming out, Mick. We've heard the bullshit before. You just don't do it, and I'm not sure why. There's the Venmo. Okay, Mick? Anything I ever make, I'm gonna donate to you. Okay? They'll put up the PayPal. We're not gonna do it. I mean, they've got no money over there. They've got nothing. What happened? There it is. It's on the ticker for you. Is that what you want? Mick, he's just upset. He's upset about that. I know that bothers him. It matters too. He brought it up again. He just he brings it up, and you can't help it. But he's got I don't think anybody's donated anything to his cause. It's unfortunate. Not good. Not good by Mick. And Mick is a guy that has not put it together. Just for reference, he's a Kirk Minahan show guy. One of the top Minifans out there, probably one of the more prominent guys that didn't really ever work for the show. The thing about Mick is, though, he could have worked for the show a couple times. He turned it down. He didn't take the job. He thought it's a better idea to just do his own podcast and get no help and to raise his credibility. What he should have been doing is doing that in the first place with the show. Take the job, Mick. What were you thinking? And in the producer job on the Kirk Minahan show, you're part of the show. You're absolutely part of the show. And he's just a guy who doesn't finish. He doesn't deliver in the clutch. He doesn't deliver the clutch on the basketball court. He doesn't deliver the clutch in the producer room. And he has all the talent in the world. And that's guys like me are here for that exact reason, to point that out. But I've asked him to come on the show, and I saw he posted something. He posted a screenshot of when I asked him to come on the show, and I have to couch how I want to bring Mick on. It's just certain topics he won't talk about. He won't do it. So you have to kind of baby him around to get him on. But I knew he probably would never come on. Then he posted like it's like a bad thing for asking to have a great guest on. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. I love that, Mick. I think it'd be a good conversation. I am curious, but when he goes on these shows and he's like, you know what? His big thing was the Michael Jackson podcast. He's going to do it. And then just stops. It's just Mick 101. It's everything about Mick. Mick, his whole, he's been so like focused. He's been so focused on the Barstool thing and what Dave Portnoy did to him, and he won't give him the time of day. Just wasting your time. Yeah, I was hoping, we're gonna get a BAP. BAP is his podcast, Beyond Average Podcast. Find it on Spotify. You can find it on Apple, I think. Yeah, get it through Apple. And Mick was always a guy that he has a really good podcast, but he was always too good for the network too. He was always too good for the network, So he never would put his show up in the network, and that's sad. Sad, Mick. Poor guy. Poor guy. I don't want to keep ripping on Mick. I like Mick. Unfortunately, I like the guy. But when he doesn't get enough attention, he starts, acting out. And the fact is, Mick, you just haven't accomplished anything in your life. And it's sad. You got a great girlfriend now, and I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you. I thought you would have been really good on the show, and you turned it down. And right now, you could be working at Barstool. Your podcast could be big. You have that talent. But so I do have another situation. I don't know if you're going to go into it. I have these, Erica coming on at 9. So we got about 9 minutes. I guess you can wait a little bit, but, this is, it's kind of this crazy person. I got about like an 8-minute video just to kind of give you some insight. I don't know if I want to. I'm still deciding if I want to play it. There's a lot kind of going on with it on my end. Not anything I haven't really talked to anybody about it. This would be like first would be here. I'm not sure if it's really a great idea. I don't know. Well, anyway, I guess we'll do it. Fuck it. So kind of the backstory is this woman, she grew up in my town. I know her. We were friendly when we were younger. We had groups of people that hung out at our house. Her mother was kind of an alcoholic. I mean, she was. I mean, it's not anything that was ever hidden. It's nothing really. Look, hold on, John. Come on, John. If you attack John, you have to go back, John. And I like Mick. I like Mick. I like Mick. But he should come on here. Don't you think it's ridiculous that he doesn't come on here, John? Why not? These guys, they act like they're too good for it, that's the part I don't like. Anyway, so I grew up with her, and everybody knows who she is. About maybe it's probably about a year and a half now. Maybe it was a year ago or so. One of my good friends reached out to me and said he saw a post on his Facebook from this woman, and it was just crazy. Like it was out of control, like really out of nowhere. Like he hadn't talked to this person in probably 10 years. And some of the stuff she said on there was pretty vile. A lot of horrible accusations for normal people. Not stuff that I've been called is, I guess, a little different, but like I'm used to it. But if you're not used to it, it just came off the the usual I don't know what they call it here. When you call somebody a racist, they're a pedo, this, that, and there's always these words that are associated with who these people are. Like so. I don't know how it's like buzzwords, So there was a lot of that stuff, but it was pretty nasty. And he talked about his own mother. She worked with this gentleman's mother, and had some heavy accusations that I'm not going to bring up here because they were pretty fucked up. And this kid that I know, his family's are great people. I mean, they're just wonderful people. None of it's true. So I knew it was already bullshit. I had talked to her a little before that. And I'm not sure, like she seemed like she was unhinged, so I kind of stayed away. But after he told me that, it kind of stuck in my head. And one night she reached out to me on Facebook and basically did the same exact thing, except the difference with him and me is he kind of just blocked her, and I kind of fucking leaned in, you know. I wanted to see where this was going to go, you know, how far we could go. And we went back and forth for a while. And it came up, and she made an interesting accusation. You know, I don't even know to even bring it up or not. I don't know. I mean, it never happened, so I don't really care, I guess. But she had made some accusations about the summer of '97. The summer of '97? I'm sorry. No. The summer of '95. So I would have been in 8th grade. That she said I went over there and was, you know, inappropriate. You know, I know, you know, personally, I mean, I've never had any accusations against me like that. Any accusations like that ever lobbied against me. So I kind of pushed back on her, and it got a little crazy. And she started bringing up my kids and that kind of stuff. And I was like, well, this is probably a conversation I don't want to keep going down. And eventually she kind of backed away, but I did find this YouTube video. I just want you guys to watch this and let me know what you think. And I'll share the screen just 1 second. I mean, she's a psychopath, you know, and I don't, when somebody lobbies accusations like she did, and look, I'll tell you a little more background after we watch the video. We'll play it as long as we can handle it here. All right. Yeah, don't mind. It's a little scary, I know.
Yes, to this serious situation that we are confronted with right now, especially in nursing.
I love the music.
I had a horrible circumstance tonight with a patient who has a long history of abuse and misconduct. They literally were admitted to a facility and have been racist, cruel, horrible in every way, like as abusive as possibly can be to the staff around me. And this is what I'm trying to get across, is how serious this has become. We in nursing, not just nursing, it's nursing in itself is all encompassing. That includes the CNAs who work their asses off day in and day out to make sure that these patients have what they need. Now, in every place and every circumstance, we're going to have people that are just not great, right? I mean, that's anywhere you go. But I'm telling you from my heart, I have been a nurse of 17 years. I have seen some shit. You can't possibly.
She sure has seen some shit, let me tell you. I mean, first off, we'll keep going. She's, you know, she's a nurse of 17 years. Sure, she is, I guess theoretically. Did she steal patients' narcotics and get caught and get fired? No. Did that happen to you? Yeah, I think it did. You know, so, you know, she comes off as, you know, she's going to defend all these people, these patients that are getting, you know, beat up. There's a person that got fired for stealing narcotics from patients. We'll keep going.
Imagine. I have stories for days. I can write a book. And I actually plan on doing that.
What is
happening now is unlike anything that we've ever seen before.
Oh, no, never.
We have a serious problem in nursing in this country with mental health.
No.
In no other profession on this earth
Who's the voice up?
does anyone have to tolerate any kind of abuse except in this profession.
Oh no, I've never been abused in my profession.
If we are assaulted every single day, verbally, physically, we are literally asked, what could you have done differently? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? If I believed in a God, I would put my hand to God and say, this, I swear to you upon all that is holy, is what is happening. But I don't believe in God. You know why I don't believe in God? Because I've been a nurse for the last 17 years. No one is coming to help us. No one. Not God, and certainly not the people that we work for. Because in no other profession on earth do we have to deal with this shit day in and day out. And they will literally tell us, to these people that tell us, get the fuck away from me, go fuck yourself, fuck out of my face,
Jesus Christ.
spit in our face, throw fucking waste in our face. Literal human waste in our face. Urine, feces, other stuff. It happens. We are literally being told by the people that we work for that we have to put up with this behavior.
So she's clearly a psychopath. Obviously a psychopath. Just some backstory too. I mean, just a person that has lost her children. I feel bad. I mean, I feel bad how sick she really is. But like, if you're gonna lobby accusations against me, and now it's come to light that you're telling other people certain things about me, come on and say it to my face. I think that's the more important thing here is why would you're gonna make accusations against people, then come on and let's go through the actual scenario, because honestly, I don't, I'm not concerned about it because I know it never happened, but this is I saw that video and I'm like, man, she really is fucked in the head. She's sick. I don't know what people think. Anybody think she was normal, or that seemed normal to you? She, I think one of the things that precipitated her coming at me is I was going through a divorce. And I was friendly with her before. We were always pretty friendly. I nothing like out of the ordinary here. Nothing crazy. Like, just I didn't really talk to her in a long time, but she was somebody we grew up with. So you occasionally see people, whatever. To lobby that was kind of nuts. And I think what happened was, I was talking to her one night and she was telling me about stuff, and she was, she didn't have custody of her children. And I asked her what's going on, like, why don't you, like, it's like, well, the judge won't let me have the kids. And I was, I had been through this. I know this is not how it works. You know what I mean? If a mother loses their children, there's usually a reason why. And she just literally lied to me. I mean, she said that, her husband was keeping the kids away and he beat her and the cops charged her for it. And I'm like, none of this adds up. That was pretty much, I basically told her, I know you're lying. I'm not sure why. I mean, whatever happened, I'm not going to sit here and judge you. I don't care. I kind of just said, like, whatever. And yeah. And then what happens? You get those situations lobbied against you. Coming at you with fire one night because you had a few cocktails. That's what I asked her. You've been drinking, I don't even know why you're coming at me. But yeah, just a psychopath. I don't know. I don't know what the people think in the chat. She seem okay, or she seem halfway. She must have failed her dreams at work. I think so. Well, my friend told me too. Like his mother worked with her and told me what happened. And his mother's a saint. She's tough. She's tough though. She's tough, man. She's tough on her kids. Oh boy, I interviewed. My friend's sister, his twin sister, and she was telling me some stories, and it was his family. His father was a lobsterman, and he's caught a lot of lobsters, and he was actually on Good Morning America or something because he had caught a blue lobster. It was like his 15 minutes of fame. We never heard the end of that. But yeah, no, it's he's a good people. So I knew they weren't lying, and holy shit, this girl has just come at me. It's nuts. Let's see here. Anything else? Chat about her. She's crazy. Let's see here. That was nothing. What'd she say about you? Oh, she just said that I was inappropriate with her in the summer of '95. Couldn't explain kind of where or how or what exactly the situation was. I just know it was in 8th grade. So I'm not exactly sure, what possibly, I don't understand. I know I would remember that, it's not like, I guess if you had some crazy night or something and you were drunk and shit, something crazy, but in 8th grade, she should have pushed her years up. I'm not sure, but she's crazy. She's a nightmare of a person. So anyway, good news. The good news is exciting news this Sunday. I'm going on a cruise. I cannot wait. We went a couple years ago, and so basically almost the same cruise. My kids loved it so much. And now they're forcing me to go on. They're forcing me to go back to the same place. And my son only wants to go on this cruise for one reason only. You won't believe this. To play basketball. Unbelievable. Because you got city kids from all over, and they were just like dunking and going nuts, and he just loved it. No, we're not doing Carnival. We don't do Carnival. We don't do Carnival. We do Royal Caribbean. So anyway, we got Erica here. We're gonna bring her on. I've never met her. Did I criticize her? I may have. She's basically demanding an apology from the people, from her. And I'll tell you. Well, we'll bring her on now. Well, I'll say before I bring her on because I don't know. She might jump down my throat. I don't want that to happen before I say this. Right away, as soon as I made a comment about her, and I didn't, I thought maybe she was on Spaces. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. I don't even know. It doesn't matter at this point anymore because I'm sorry. I criticized her. Goddamn. It was this woman from, I think she's from Scotland, Nicole Maxwell. All right. Some woman, very nice woman, very very nice. Just jumped down my throat hard, and these people are coming at me. I'm like, holy fuck, these people are serious. They like this girl a lot. So I've been told not to fuck this up. So we'll bring her on because I do have some questions. And how we doing? You're muted. That's all right. You're a rookie, right? Hold on. You're just on mute. Do I have to unmute you or? You talk now? I can't hear you. When I pop out and just pop back in? There you go. She needs to unmute. I think she knows. We don't want to lose her though. It's a balancing act, One little wobble, who knows? Could be in big trouble. Anyway, cruising it. Yes, going to the Bahamas. So my son can play basketball. I'll be stuck with my daughter most of the time, So sometimes she finds people on there. She'll make a friend, and it'll be great. And then, but you got to watch close on those cruises. I've seen those horror stories. All right, but there we go.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. Yes. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too. I said you're full of shit. I did not demand an apology.
No, you didn't demand it, but I should give it. I felt bad. I did
No.
get jumped down by these people. These people love you. Trust me, they love you.
And I appreciate that. But I said even that night, I was like, I said, regardless if he's talking about me or not, I know I can be annoying. It's all right. That's all you really said. You really didn't say anything bad.
Oh, you know
I
how
really
it goes.
wasn't that bad about it. I thought it was funny. Everyone else did too. So, but Nicola was like, Nicola was like over. She was beside herself.
She was. That's her name, Nicole. I thought it said Nicole. Was it an A at
No,
the end?
it's Nikola Maxwell.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
All right. Yeah, she actually lived in Scotland, or
I think so. Yeah. There's quite a few people. We have from like Scotland, Wales, Australia, of course, good and bad. But yeah, we have a lot of people over there. Ireland, obviously. Yeah, it's cool.
Sure. So how's your new show going? I saw you just kind of
going
debuted.
good. Yeah, it's going all right. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I like it. It's a lot of fun. I like the people. That's kind of what I was like wanted it to be about. I would like it to be. I'm trying to make it like a little bit more like interactive, where like people do like call in and we talk about things and stuff. Like honestly, kind of like this.
Sure.
If anyone has questions about like that's kind of what I was really frustrated down like in Dedham, like on the front lines or whatever, like boots on the ground, by a lot of people's online remarks who we kind of constantly saw like watching the lives or constantly being on with like say Tom CPU or whatever, and then like kind of judging us or like kind of always just having something negative to say instead of just like you're watching supposedly because you're a supporter and you support us, like just shut up, but I got frustrated with a couple of people down there too, as far as like how not necessarily how like boots on the ground was being portrayed, but like I said, there was like a disconnect between how people online felt compared to how compared to boots on the ground, and I didn't like that, and I wanted them to be able to ask questions about what happened down there, essentially,
Sure.
and kind of involve them. That was where it kind of all started. And then I sat on it for 2 years like an asshole. So here we are.
So this your first shows that you put out, the ones that I saw over there on
Yeah.
YouTube?
Yeah, that's the first thing I've ever done. I mean, I did some stuff down in Dedham on like out front of the courthouse with like resistance to silence and stuff like that. I was kind of like one of their boots on the ground people throughout trial too. So that was cool too, But yeah, other than that, yeah, I've never really done anything like this, to be honest.
Sure. So have you try to monetize or?
I mean, if the option comes up, yeah, I would, why not? It's like a couple of commercials. It doesn't really, it's like you don't have to expect money from people, But yeah, if it's something I could go into, like, even part-time, I wouldn't mind it. I enjoy it. I thoroughly enjoy it. I really do.
Yeah, we can tell.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah. And again, like I said, the people are cool. The only thing that sucks is like getting ripped up about on Twitter afterwards, but it is what it is. If anything, it gives you a thick skin.
Yeah, it does. And it's the same kind of people. They're all very similar and they're weird. And we'll get into some of them because I am curious about your takes.
Yeah.
How would you see your role here? Like, what is if I'm saying, hey, if somebody's going to talk about you, what are they going to say about you? Kind of what you are.
Oh God.
Roughly. And I know it's tough to talk about yourself, but like,
that's what it is. That's what it comes down to. I'm not the most like self-confident person when it comes to that. So I guess like people, all right, like this is what I hate. Like I don't like titling myself. Like people would probably consider me like an OG, what they've called them.
Okay.
I consider like the OGs, like the three people that started all of the standouts, which were the three people that lived in Canton, essentially. But yeah,
who are those people?
It was
Yourself?
No, I'm not from Canton. No,
all right.
Hell no. No, it was Carol, Kelly, Kevin, Colby, and Gail. I don't. Is it White? Maybe I'm not sure.
Okay.
I think that's her last name. She works in a hair salon across from D&E. Kevin and Carol from the area, and Carol's like raised her kids there. She knows, like, she has like generational ties to Canton and stuff like that. They've taken a lot of hits because of them like speaking out about this. And then basically what happened is, so then a couple of them started standing out. I think out front. I want to say it was out front of Gail's house, and then they were like, well, we're really only getting our neighbors. Like, let's go somewhere more public. And they went to somewhere more public. And they like, it was like on this, like on a highway, like on the side of one of the highways. They said that wasn't safe. So then they went over to Legacy, and that's kind of how the Legacy place Dedham standout was established, which is every Sunday. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So they're cool. Yeah. So like, I consider them OGs. I jumped in, you know, right as Aiden started it, which was April 18th. I shared a post, I think, and I commented on a post that he had made public through Facebook. And then on April 20th, so 2 days later, Michael Proctor's wife called my job and tried to get me in trouble with my boss for commenting about her fucking asshole husband on Facebook. Wow. Yeah.
Really?
So, if anything pissed me off more. And again, they were talking about witness intimidation. And I was kind of like, if you're trying to do anything and be intimidating, this would kind of be like, that would be that, right? Like, because if I was like maybe somewhat fucking normal, I might have been like, why is the police detective's wife calling my job? You know what I mean? Like, but I was more pissed off because I didn't even say anything that bad. And it was on Facebook. Like, I wasn't threatening them. I wasn't being like, I didn't even think, you know, I was just like, wow, this guy's a piece of shit, you know?
Yeah.
So, and then I went to the rolling rally in July, which they tried to say like that's a lot of the shit that Aiden started like his legal battles with. That was another thing I never understood was if they were charging him, they should have been charging all of us. We were all there. There's pictures, there's videos, there's, everybody saw us.
The platform, so they want to make an example of him, right? Is that kind
exactly. And again, it was very peaceful. There was no issues, it was really like we were there and then we left, it wasn't that big of a deal. It was like a couple of cars driving. And again, they knew we were coming. So if it was that concerning, you think they would have had like detectives out or something like that, but they didn't, and then I showed up for court. So that was July 20. I think that was like the 21st or the 22nd was the Roland rally. I think it was a Saturday. And then she had court that week, but I had to work. I couldn't get off work. So I watched it at work on my, while I was working, I put my AirPods in, and then she had court September 15th, which was another big like hearing. And like a lot of people showed up for that, like a lot of people. And I feel like that's kind of when Aiden was really loud and vocal on the stairs in July, but in September, and there was a crowd, but in September it kind of got bigger. And I think people started rallying a little bit. And that's kind of where, and then I kept showing up after that,
So you've been there since you were there from the beginning.
Yeah. I mean,
Besides the beginning.
Like I remember sitting like here, talking to my husband about it the night it happened and hearing it on the news. And then I don't remember exactly when it was like said, oh, he was found on a police officer's lawn. And I was like, yeah, right. Like, come on. Like, there's no way. Like, there's no way she had anything to do with it.
No way that happened.
Yeah. And it kind of just went from there. But I mean,
I think we all know that. It's just a silly story. Yeah. Like, no fucking way. When he interviewed that plow driver, that's when I really knew. Like,
right.
No way that plow driver would have not seen that.
Yeah. No, exactly. Awesome. I genuinely, one of my theories as far as that goes, I genuinely think they were planning on blaming Lucky. I really do. Oh. Whether they knew it was going to be Lucky driving that plow or not, I would be very I think it would be very funny to find out if anybody that was there that night or any of like the big names like Higgins or Brian called DPW or what CP Canton Public Works.
Yeah. Yep.
And tried to find out who was plowing that road that night.
I would have that information. Nobody's ever figured that out, or
I mean, I'm sure.
Dig it out, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. But that's like, again, I could see that because people, Lucky, he's a great guy. He's really nice, and he's spoken. I think people think that like he was slow or stupid or something like that. And no, but that's what it was made out to be. He
had no reason to lie.
Exactly. Exactly. So when all that went down, he told the truth, and I think that was like very.
I watched those plow trucks coming through. The lights. There's no way to fucking miss it. Like it's to me is. I don't even believe they could ever all walk out of the house.
Right. And and I'm pretty sure people said from the jump too, like he was like a Lucky clocked in, and he was so serious about his job.
Yeah.
So he was like, you're sweeping your head back and forth. He's like, I see everything.
And the car that was parked there, the Ford, I always want to say Escort, but it wasn't. It was like a Ford.
No, it was no, what was it? Oh, Edge, the Ford Edge.
The Ford Edge, yeah.
Yes.
Where's the
And
Ford Edge?
that was one of his. That's what Aiden said. Mm-hmm.
What happened to the Ford Edge, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. That's it. That and he said that. He's like, I knew I had he's like, I was thinking in the car, like I had 30 seconds. Like, what was I gonna say? Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's a good one,
So I guess what I want to get to you with, I don't want to get too far in the minutia because it'll take you too long to explain everything. But
yeah,
I just kind of what your take is, what's happening now in the world. Is this something kind of new with all this doxing and all these people fighting like this, or has this always been this way?
No, in our little
yeah, exactly. You're good.
No, actually, I feel like what happened was it was always like I said this the other night, like it was always us first, the antis, which were like the McCabe's, and then like some of the people that had like Turtle Boy derangement syndrome, stuff like that, and they were the ones like doxing people, like on our side, like posting pictures of our, of us, of our kids or whatever, like shit they could find on social media. Just to be assholes or just to be like, oh, why isn't this person working today and stuff like that. So I don't know anybody on the FKR side that has doxed anybody.
Okay.
I personally don't know anybody. I have no reason to think that of anybody that I stood beside out front or that I know through.
When you say the FKR side, is that a particular group of people? I thought it was all the same. They're not all the same.
Well, no, because like Krusty Pandas is not FKR.
So she's like this. So anybody that's going against Turtle Boy is a different side, basically.
100%. Yeah, okay. And that's even later in the game because you had people that were still on Turtle Boy. You had people that were standing up for Turtle Boy even after all the Karen Reed shit. Like after her court was all over. And going to his court dates that now don't want anything to do with them because of the whole like divide in the movement type deal.
Sure. So who are some of these characters?
Who is Boo El Rilla?
I don't know who that is.
Okay.
I think that's a troll from the Kirk Minahan side. If you have had a guess.
Okay.
You got a little mix of people in here. You got some crazies.
No, it's okay. He just said I don't know. I know he's like making fun of me. I don't know anyone that stalks anybody. I don't.
These guys, like again, they don't. Everything. Our world's a lot different than yours. Ours is. People, the doxing really wasn't a big thing because we had somebody kind of at the top that kind of would push that shit out of there. Mm-hmm. But you get people that are just there to make shit up. They don't really believe what they're saying.
That's chaos agents. That's what we have too. That's what
Pat Ford. That's what these guys kind of.
Yeah, Pat Ford. Okay.
He's like good at it somewhat. He's an asshole, but he's
somewhat like he is what he is. Right. I get what you're saying. Okay.
He's technically okay, but so like who are the people that are like? So this JFK, what is his deal? Is he? I know he does a show. Is he obviously he's anti-Turtle Boy or he's not? Or?
I assume so now. I can only go by what I've seen. So yeah, I don't really ever feel like he was ever really for Turtle Boy. He came in for Karen Reed, and that's fine. Like you can do it, I don't have personal beef with this kid. I don't know who he is. I don't know him as a person.
Yeah.
I got to know James a little bit better, and I actually liked James. James was cool,
Who's James?
James Jackson. He's the one who's on the show.
I've seen him.
Yeah.
He has his own show now, though, right?
And I guess he has for a while.
He seems a little wild.
Like, huh?
He seems a little wild.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Definitely. And God bless him. Like, you know what I mean? Whatever. To each their own. But he, he like showed up a couple of times at court. Like he came out with like when people would get like boots on the ground together. Like he'd come out. Like he's come out a couple times with that. With us. I never really seen JFK at court. I think he was there the week of the verdict. I'm almost positive. I don't know how many times I'm not. Like you don't sign in and out down there. Like, who the fuck knows? It's none of my business. So I really never got to know him or introduce myself to him or whatever. And well, not that I really would either. Like, I'm not like that either. Like,
you don't trust these guys? Would you trust them or not trust them? Like in general?
No, I wouldn't trust them because I don't know them, Yeah. Like I said, I totally believe they were here for Karen Reed. I can't see them being here or liking Aiden from the jump because they can't get past their hate for him to realize that he's done nothing wrong, that he doesn't deserve to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you were here for the right reasons about like First Amendment and, you know, like, and again, it wasn't even about the First Amendment. Aiden's is about the First Amendment. Yes.
Yep.
But Karen's wasn't, obviously. Karen's was just about being down there to support her, you know,
Sure.
And to stand out and show that like we believe the evidence and we believe Turtle Boy, essentially. And then he got in trouble for what he got in trouble for. And then it came down to like, he comes with receipts and he wrote the blog, you know, he writes the stories, he writes the blogs. And, you know, then it was like turned into a First Amendment issue because he really didn't do anything, you know, harmful, essentially.
My thing with JFK, though, I saw him. I mean, that guy is clearly lying about being raped, right? I mean, does anybody believe that?
Really lying about being what?
Raped. That guy, I don't believe that Ray from Dallas guy raped this guy. I don't believe it.
Yeah. So
nothing to comment on, but it's
listen, I can go, you know, my own opinion. You know, no, I don't believe the story we've been told. I don't.
Right. I don't either.
That's okay. Whether he was a victim or not, I will never take that away from him.
Sure.
And I hope he gets the help he needs. I hope he gets the clarity and the answers he needs, and I hope he goes about it the right way. That's it. Like, I want nothing bad for this kid. I wish him the best. And I hope he gets, you know, whatever he needs out of this situation, you know, I hope he gets it, and I hope he does it the right way.
I think the big problem is, though, when you're going to go accuse somebody of raping you, you better come with some facts, man.
100%.
If you don't have that information, I mean, and those guys doing the GoFundMe for him without any evidence, without any digging, are you people fucking nuts?
Yeah, and I kind of felt like that was like more like a doubling down type of deal too.
That's what I mean. Are they just doing it just to fuck with Turbo? They might not even believe what they're doing. They're just trying to fuck with this guy, or what are they doing?
That's what I don't know if that's what they thought was going to happen. If they thought he was just going to come in, because I don't know if you've seen the clips, but like when it was an ambush on Ray, what they did, that you can hear Ray saying, "You don't need to apologize to me. We're all good. Like, are we good here?" Like, you could tell Ray was about to hop off. He was done with it anyways. So then when this guy pops up and Ray leaves, because Ray knows he's coming with the mess. Like, he already knows it's going to be fucking bullshit, you know? I don't blame Ray for jumping off. Like, can I see what it looks like to other people? Okay, fine. Can I see if he stayed, they wouldn't have been able to say that about him again, right? But he could have just, you know, maybe again, but I don't blame him in that instance for doing that. He knows it's going to be bullshit on his name, clearly.
Yeah, and there's probably a lot behind the scenes you just don't know, you know?
And that's it, right? So, like, that's why I hate, like, even trying to speak on things as far as, like, that I'm not 100% aware of. I kind of learned my lesson with that, you know?
This Meredith Fagan, what is her deal?
Okay, so, yeah, so I should have told you in the chat that I don't know everything. So, she confuses me. I saw her name on Twitter and in the chats for a while.
Okay.
Never really conversed with her, never got to know her. See, I find it funny when, like, there are a lot of people on Twitter that I've been talking to for a while. You know, you talk to them in the group and you're like, oh, my friends, like these, like, hello, my friends, you know. I feel like some of these people on Twitter that are like bonded by this hate don't realize why they're bonded. They're not bonded because they have talked for hours and have gotten to know each other, or like they're bonded because they hate somebody, because they've spent all this time talking about their hate for one person or two people or a group of people, right? So when they go on there and act like, you know, it's mind-blowing to me. But yeah, the minute she just didn't like something was said, I think she took Meredith's side, I think, and I don't even remember how or why, but she was another one that was like a Turtle Boy rider for a while, like a long time. And she just didn't like what someone said about her. And I think it was just on and running from there. Have you had issues with her?
I actually reached out to her in the beginning and she said she was going to come on. I had no idea who she was, but I heard her last night on that Spaces. I don't know if you listened to any of that.
I did.
Jess Machado.
What did she say?
It was just a bunch of women in there that they just hate her, Jess.
Yeah.
They hate Turtle Boy, obviously. And I said, my point with these guys is all you guys talk about is hate. You're the ones that are hateful.
Mm-hmm.
Not me. I mean, I'm just kind of joking around here and fucking around.
That's my point when I say, like, friends don't become friends I mean, I guess you could become a friend with somebody like over a bond of like not liking somebody, but like it's not like you're meeting this person and hanging out with this person and like no, you're just trying to attack people that don't like this person. Like that's not a friendship. Like, do you know what I can't imagine what like I can't imagine them being like, "Hey, how was your day today?" No, it's like, "Oh my God, did you see what so and so said on Twitter?" You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just wild to me. These people should be studied. Like they really are crazy.
Yeah, it gets a little nuts. And again, like I've learned my lesson, you know, but I just
who have you had the most problems with? Is there anybody that I mean, I don't know, you have to talk out of school, but is there anybody that like it's out there that they know you've had problems with or
that I know who their identity is? No. Nope, they're all behind fake accounts.
Okay.
Yeah, every single one of them.
Yeah. Well, it's scared to come out in the public, huh? They don't want to. They don't want to put their opinions.
That's what I don't. I try to like make that known. Like nothing you say is respected. Nothing you say is you stand for nothing. You can't tell me about myself behind a fake account when you don't even know me, you know, and then tell me that I've been like one person has told me that I have made nasty comments about him. I said, I don't even know who you are. Yeah. How could I have done that? You know, like it's constant like lies and like manipulation. It's just very weird. The whole parasocial thing or whatever it is on there is just insane to me. A lot of it.
What do you got going on in the future now? You're going to keep doing your show? Are you working with Turtle Boy now, or are you kind of?
No, I don't work full. I mean, like working with. No, I just help them out when I can.
Okay.
Yeah, I just did it. Like another turtle rider brought it to like a kid that I know. He was like, "You should do football squares." I definitely underestimated that as far as like how many people would want to be involved in that. But it was a great turnout, you know, and I did it as like a fundraiser, you know, just for a friend. Yeah. But yeah, no, I want to see Aiden free of his charges, and then, you know, we'll move on. Could I see myself continuing to do this? Yes, I think so. I think a lot of people and part of this have, and then you have Karen too, who like, you know, she's still going to be fighting. And we all said this, it's going to be years and years for this civil shit, I'm sure. Yeah. You know, so people are probably still going to try to keep up to date with that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly where I
couldn't believe when he said it was $500K in legal fees. I almost
insane.
I'm like, holy
insane.
I'm gonna take back what I said.
And again,
you gotta donate to that's a lot of fucking money in legal fees, man. That's not a joke.
And again, he has
crazy.
a grade A legal team, but when you're facing 90 years and against a state that did not one but two trials against a woman that they know was factually innocent.
They want him in prison. There is no doubt.
And that's just to make a point. That's just can't tell me that it's anything more than that.
Yeah, I got to think about that a lot more too. With like, that is some. I mean, to think that you're facing that for what he did. I mean, you can call it maybe people think it. You know, I think it was a little aggressive, but it doesn't deserve prison time, in my opinion.
Right,
it just doesn't.
Right. No, exactly.
Maybe it deserves something, but it's not prison time. You know, it's nuts.
Right.
Poor guy. I mean, I thought his shows, are fantastic. I mean, I watched Turtle Boy way in the beginning. Mm-hmm. He used to go on. He had that guy. I don't know. Did you watch any of his shows before Karen Reed?
Mm-hmm. I've been around since like 2017.
All right.
Yeah.
Did you get the Giannetti experience? The Mike Giannetti?
I've started to laugh. I have personal.
I loved him.
Wait a minute.
Okay, I loved him. He's not. I mean, he's obviously a scumbag, but he was very entertaining.
He is. Oh, we ask almost every live show if he will do a Giannetti welfare check to call him. Wow. What's up? He showed up to fucking Dedham because I think Lindsay called him at one point. Oh, really? He showed up to Dedham, started this big ruckus. He was out front of the court, like jumping on us. It was so fucking funny. Then he showed up one day. I shit you not. He's driving by in like this old, like, beat up red car or whatever, fucking leaned back with his bandana on with the hat over it, bumping. You couldn't understand a word because it was all fuzzy, but like you could, it was just like a junky car. All like bumping and shit. Like you could, you know what I mean? And he fucking, I get up to the window. I go up to the window with my phone. I'm like, what's up, Mike? Say hi to everybody. And he's just like staring at me. I look in, bro, he had his laptop plugged into a cord, plugged into the lighter. I've never seen anything like it. Like a straight contract. It was the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen. But he's just a goofball. He really
What
is.
happened to that guy, Brett? Did they just have a falling out, or?
Yeah, I actually, I'm not even 100%. What happened with Brett? I want to say it was just like, yeah, like I think they just like something like, I really honestly, I am like, it's slipping my mind right now. Yeah, it was nothing over like anything crazy.
Yeah,
I think they just kind of, they kind of grew apart. No, and honestly, a majority of his crowd, like the show, didn't even like Brett. Honestly.
Oh yeah, he was fucking crazy. He was over the top. He was that show.
Yeah.
I find it. I think I remember watching when he had like maybe 45 viewers. I mean, it's nuts.
I remember he hit 150 one night, and he was like, "Holy shit!"
Holy shit, yeah, it was nuts, right? I know, but those shows.
That's why
it's
cool, like it's cool. It's cool to see where he's, where he's been. And I feel like right now his shows are a lot more tame than they used to be.
They're way more tame. They used to be fucking nuts. And like he had. I mean, you're dealing with some real scumbags, and I always like that work. I wish he'd do a lot more of that.
Same.
Because it's just people that don't have a voice,
and he
was giving a voice to.
I agree, and yes, exactly, and he was like, I feel like the what is it, like the mainstream media, like around, well, I'm in Boston, I don't know where you are, but I'm in Boston, so we have like Channel 4, Channel 5, like 10 now, 25, Fox 25, whatever, and they never talked about, like, they very rarely talked about the same things he talked about, but I find that funny because, for instance, like, Aiden would help somebody who, say, for instance, like got scammed by a scammer on like Facebook Market that was like doing electrical work or plumbing that never came back and did it, right? But like that's only something that like Hank Phillippe Ryan would do once a week on. Exactly. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Exactly.
Like, why wouldn't the mainstream media pick something like that up and run with it? You feel like, you know what? I feel like you said, like it gives people a voice that genuinely don't have it. And like I said, he's calling out scumbags. He used to. I forget how he used to phrase it, but like he was bringing like important information that no one else wants to talk about. So like,
that's right. That's pretty much what it was.
Shit going on in your community that you might not hear about otherwise because it's too
taking their welfare checks and buying crack or stupid shit.
Yep.
It's a dangerous job. It's a fucking dangerous job, man. Mm-hmm. Dealing with some real fucked up people.
And that's the thing. Like, and he's like said it before, and I think probably more so now he takes it, more seriously, and plus he's a dad, but. Like, even like you seen the dead turtle on his mother's stairs?
I didn't see that.
Somebody hung a turtle by their neck, like a big turtle, like took it out of a fucking pond turtle, and hung and I think it had like a bullet hole in its head.
Jesus.
And they hung it on his parents' front steps in Worcester the week his mother was dying.
I mean, what kind of sick?
So, but hey, that's free.
Mikey Grabbags move. Mikey Grabbags would do that.
That's free speech. That's what they say. Come on, will you get the fuck out of here?
Yeah, it's a Mikey Grabbags move. Fucking, that's mean. That's fucking sick.
It's gross. It's gross. And again, why didn't you take a picture of yourself doing it, you cunt?
Yeah, oh, you know why? It's they're not really tough people.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
All right. I'm not taking up any more of your time.
That's sorry. All right.
That was a great conversation. Actually, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Anytime. You guys, you can come over my side too, because I got questions about the Minifans too.
Oh, good. I got all the answers.
I called BDO the other day on my show because.
You like him? What are you, a BDO guy?
God, you're not friends with him either?
Well, BDO is a big fat pussy. He's the guy. I'm going to tell you who he is. I love BDO. I love him. I've asked him to come on my show 15 times. He has the flu every time. But he's one of these guys that if you say he doesn't like what you say, he goes and reports you to Twitter. Those guys, I don't like those guys,
I get it. Yeah. No, somebody, we were like in the chat and like, I knew it was Minifans, right? And I assumed that it was Kirk Minahan, right? Minifans. But somebody in the chat thought it was Menners in Kirk Minahan. And I was like, no fucking way. There's no way. Because I don't know him. I don't know him. I've never. I don't know who he is, but I've seen him. Like, I've seen how he acts in some of the spaces.
Yeah.
I've seen how he's like.
He's an acquired taste.
Yeah, and again,
when you like him, you like him. I always love him.
I am too. So there's that,
Yes, exactly. No, he's actually a pretty good guy. He's just kind of weird these days. I don't know what's wrong with him. I think, lack of sex or something's going on, but I don't know. Yeah, it's possible. Anyway, thank you so much.
No problem. Anytime. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you. Bye. All right, we're going to do it. Ready? Here we go, Mikey. Favorite third chairs from 2023. Let's get it up. I saw it. I know. Let's see. Where is the fucking thing? Why don't you write it again for me, Mike? We'll do it. It's hilarious. No, it's not there. This is terrible. God, you're such an asshole. There we go. Favorite third chairs from 2023 would be more interesting. Let's do it. Who's your favorite, Mikey? I'll go first. I'm going to go with Andy Mayo, my favorite 2023 third chair. What do you got? Never mind. We're not doing that. If you're not going to play along, Mikey, I'm not doing it. Okay. You think it's funny that somebody hung a dead turtle by its neck with a fucking a shot through its head or whatever at the guy's mother's house? That's funny? That's funny to you? Have a heart, man. Have a heart, Mikey. All right. Got another guest on. It's a guy, I don't know if anybody really knows him that much. I see him in the Jess Machado chat. Nice guy. I've reached out. We've corresponded. Let's see if he's here. I don't think we're going to see his face, which is okay. Is that you, Scott? Are you there?
Yes, sir. How you doing, Kane?
Good. How you doing, Scott? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. Thanks for bringing me up and giving me this opportunity. I hope you can carry the interview.
I can. I've been carrying it all night. You know what I mean? Have you enjoyed the show so far?
Deep stuff in the beginning. I'm really sorry about your brother. And
thank you.
And please send those condolences to your mom, too. I mean, ALS, what a terrible, terrible disease that is.
The worst ever. I mean, my mother's a woman of few words these days, but she endured some shit that, it's hard to rectify in my head. And we actually had a lot of other family issues that I wouldn't bring up on here per se, because I know it'll eventually get back to the people. I really don't want to start any problems, but she had to do a lot on her own, and she really shouldn't have had to. I mean, I helped her as much as I could, but I lived in a couple states away, and I'd come down a good amount, but you need somebody there every single day, and she really didn't have that. So, but she's tough.
Yeah, something a parent should never have to go through. That's for sure, Kane.
Absolutely. So I was curious, So I see that you're in the chat. You've kind of reached out. You're a Jess Machado fan. Do you engulf all the other shows to do with Karen Reed, or are you kind of just
Yeah. I my job allows me to listen to all the shows during the day, typically on replay.
Sure.
So I listen to them all. I listen to Turtle Boy. I listen to Rat House. I listen to Jess Machado. Maybe some other ones, But I tell you what, when I get the Jess Machado notification about 7:35 in the morning, whatever I'm listening to at that point, we're definitely going live with Jess,
Absolutely. And what have you? I just got here, so I was curious. You've have you been listening the whole time to her show?
So Kane, I knew of Jess Machado. Like, I knew who she was. I knew of her reporting. During the first Karen Reed trial, she was working at Fall River Reporter. Or maybe it was the second trial. And then she got fired from there. And then I started dabbling on her shows. And Kane, I remember one time she, because how she is just front facing, like there's nothing she hides. She's like up there. It's unbelievable. So she reads a comment from someone in the chat that says, "Will you please talk about your repo?" And without hesitation, Kane, Jess goes, "Yes." And I'm like, I love this chick. Yeah. So from then on there, I just started listening more and more, I mean, Kane, she drops her daughter off at school, 7:35 in the morning, opens up her YouTube on her phone and just talks. And it's like, it's fascinating to me. It's fascinating. And clearly it's fascinating to a lot of other people, given how quickly she's gotten 10,000, YouTube subscribers,
Sure. I mean, it's tough to do 2 hours every single day like that and longer. I mean, some of her shows I looked, I'm like 4 hours. I know there's, all different parts of it, and you maybe you stretch out a little bit, but for the most part, I mean, it's a lot of shit to talk about, to continually talk like this. People are unbelievable.
For sure. The joke in her chat, Kane, is, usually when she says, all right, guys, I'm going to head inside now, it's like, we can bank on about an hour more of her show. You know what I mean?
Sure. Have you ever listened to the Kirk Minahan show before?
So I wanted to talk to you about that. So
Sure.
did you become a Kirk Minahan fan, like from WEEI?
I did, actually. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
used to listen to, what was it? Callahan. What was the other? Dennis and Callahan. Sorry.
Dennis and Callahan. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I listened to that show first, and then when Kirk, I really didn't hear Kirk on the weekends. I know he did a lot of weekend stuff, and he was.
Yeah.
I never really listened on the weekends, but then when he came on that show, that was the first time I ever heard him. And then I was, I really I was kind of in and out of the Dennis and Callahan show. I listened to it sometimes, but when he came, I eventually became like appointment listening, and it did not disappoint. Did you listen to him at EI or?
Kane, was there any better Boston radio than Kirk and Callahan? I mean,
None.
Kirk and Callahan was great. When they got rid of Kirk and Callahan, I was devastated, Kane. I was devastated. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Well, I was happy. That sucked.
Yeah.
And then they brought. What'd you think about Mutt when they brought Mutt in? Was that that wasn't really a great replacement? Was it?
Mutt Nansky, yeah.
Mutt
used to love
Kirk right now, does he? You like Mutt? Are you a Mutt fan? He's at Barstool now. Did you know that?
No, I was never a Mutt fan. Hey, Mutt and Merlone might have been some of the worst radio going. You know what I mean?
It's one of my favorite shows. I love baseball. So.
You like Mutt and Merlone?
I liked it for the baseball.
It was a 4-hour interview of Mutt interviewing Lou Merlone.
I know, it's so true. And Mutt is always he's always came clean on that. So so he went to Barstool Kirk. That's kind of when that show took off. That's really where I started really paying attention. I didn't miss one show. You didn't. Have you ever gone and thought about jumping into it, or it's a great show.
Initially I listened to it a little bit and then just got off it.
Okay.
So I was I just for no apparent reason, no reason that I can cite. You know what I mean? I just
sure.
But I was a big Jerry Callahan podcast listener. I did like listening to him before I jumped into this YouTube stuff. Listening to all these YouTubers.
And Jerry's still out there. He's ripping away.
Yeah, he sounds awful. I feel so bad for the guy. A coworker had it on his speaker at work the other day, and I'm like, he sounds terrible. Poor guy. He's had so many problems with the throat.
Oh yeah, I mean, he had a stretch where he wasn't working for I think a month or a little more than a month.
Yes.
Or whatever. He was, took treatments. Maybe it was longer. It was a couple months. He took shots to try to build up his muscle in his neck. I don't know.
Right. I remember that.
Use your throat as a broadcast. You're fucked. Yeah, I know. It sucks. So what else did you listen to? How'd you get here though? Did you just start listening one day? Did you tell the story?
Totally was into the Karen Reed trial.
Okay.
So listen to, all the it's funny because again, my job allowed me to stream it. I drive a truck. So I'm in and out of the truck, but I make, even when I'm out of the truck, then I throw the AirPod in. So I was able to listen to I started listening to Melanie Little covering the Karen Reed trial. And
who is she exactly?
So she's an attorney out of New York. Her content's great. Some of the bunnies are going to get very, very mad at me right now when I say this, Kane, but she can be a little nasty. She can definitely be a little nasty. She needs to thicken up her skin a little bit, in my opinion, Okay.
So give me an example of what you mean by that.
Kane, she could never be you reading your, if she saw the things that people were saying about you in your chat, people in her chat might just say, and again, her content's great. She's very, very smart. Sometimes I'm just like, Melanie, you just got to thicken up and let him go, she's awesome. She's awesome. She's been covering this trial right now, Kane, about this, it's like a 25-year-old cold case out of Georgia. And I'll tell you what, man, they're trying to pin it on this black guy. Like they're literally like, I watched the whole trial. I'm like, there's no evidence against this man. It's insane. It's insane. But she just covers her stuff real good. So,
so there's just no evidence. They just tried to nail it on this guy.
Dude, Kane, it's so bad. It's so bad. But hey, I got a little off track. Getting back to how I got here.
Yeah,
So,
that's right.
So I was going way off track talking about this other case. So, me and my wife went up to Dedham. I remember telling my wife we were going to be on vacation, not going anywhere, just like a staycation. July 1st of whatever the year that was for the first trial, and I remember the jury was still deliberating on Friday, and I'm like, these people are morons. They really think this woman hit this guy. So I told my wife, I said, if this jury takes this to Monday, we're going to go to Dedham. So we went up to Dedham, and Kane, the atmosphere up there was awesome. I mean, it was nothing but love. You know what I mean? There was no hate. You know, you see all this stuff online with the hate, but the Karen Reed movement itself and the free Karen Readers, it was just awesome. It was just like an awesome day up there, you know. And then that was the day that it was the first trial was declared a mistrial.
Okay.
So that's kind of how I got into this YouTube thing.
All right, started watching from there. Okay, that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
And you couldn't come out.
And then
of it.
again,
you've been stuck here ever since.
Stuck here ever since. I'm addicted, but you know what? Hey, it makes my day go by. You know, there's always some sort of content to listen to in the truck. You know, so
cool.
Hey, I got a question for you, real quick. Is it true that Us Bunnies sent you $1,100?
Yeah, it was 1,100 plus. Yep.
Oh my goodness! And that's another thing. Getting back to Jess, I'm not sure how much you watch of her show, but
a good amount now.
Do you see all the gifts her followers send her? Like,
it's crazy.
It is crazy.
These are great people. These are great people.
Yeah.
Like they really are.
Yeah, and I don't. Kane, can you help me better understand the hate for Jess? Because I don't know where it comes from.
Well,
I don't know.
I know where it comes from.
I've seen confidence in her.
I've seen this story many times. It's just jealous people. They're very, very jealous.
Yeah.
It's a terrible quality to have. I mean, I was in a space last night where you were there too, right, Scott? So like,
yes,
the big criticism of Jess Machado was that she doesn't tell facts on her entertainment podcast. I mean, if that's all you have, like you can say whatever, you don't like some of her opinions, but to me, it's like if you just because you don't agree with something, the point it doesn't mean that she's not doing a good job. The fact is, a really good person on air definitely totes that line, but not everybody's gonna love you, and everybody's gonna hate you. When they come at you the way they're coming at you, it's like pretty much venom. They hate her, right? And to me, it's well, I don't hate anybody. So you're really the hateful people. You can call me a racist, you can call me anti-Semite, whatever the fuck you want, but I don't hate anybody. You guys hate people. And I have people coming at me now too for some of these people. And I'm like, you don't realize what you're doing is actually building her up more. They don't see it, you know, and I've seen this story before where they continue to do the same thing. And I realize, you know, to her in her defense, look, my numbers are better than before. They keep going up. So what fucking are you talking about? These people, these people that these people that say like they're not going to listen anymore. Well, she's not. You know, I think it's pretty obvious. It's easy to decipher. When you're reporting on something, there's actual legalities to telling the truth, right? You can't just put out bullshit as a reporter. You can be sued. She's not doing when she does her show. It's not reporting. It's entertainment.
Exactly.
You can say whatever the fuck you want.
Kane, and that's on that Spaces last night. I jumped on after you. They cut me off pretty quickly. But that's what I tried to say to them. I said, we can decipher when Jess is acting in the role of a reporter and when Jess is acting in the role of an entertainer. Like we normal people can decipher the difference between the two.
I'll give you an example,
you know?
in a better example, and this is more of a controversial thing. Like I listen to a lot of Nick Fuentes. A lot of people hate him. He's a racist. he is what he is, and I understand all that. But I can decipher the parts that I need to hear. Like he knows politics like nobody I've ever seen know politics. I mean, the guy is fucking really smart with politics, and he reads all day. I mean, he's a weirdo. He sits in his house. All he does is read all day. He goes and does a show. He has no girlfriend. He's never had sex. He's 27 years old, which is odd. They're all odd stuff, right? But when he talks about politics, the one thing about him is his whole life is dedicated to politics. So I can actually look at that and say, all right, this things he says when he says the N-word and stuff that I don't think you should say. But I'm gonna if I can just get rid of some of that theatrics because it's an entertainment podcast. At the end of the day, he's not reporting either, technically. I can get rid of the theatrics and I can say, okay, some of the stuff he's talking about though is very insightful. He's a smart guy.
Gotcha.
So you got to kind of have. I think you got to think of things that way. You know, I don't. Would I tell my son to be like him? No. It's a hard life. I don't think you need to say you support Hitler and do all this shit. It's stupid. I mean, it's just dumb. But like, if you're gonna, when he has these political takes that really make sense to me, I feel Jess is kind of similar. Like, not that she's like him per se, but she has takes people don't like, and she might say things a little over the top. Like they jumped over on her about her adoption take. But I kind of understood what she meant. This woman is terrorizing her, right? Driving her nuts every single day. And she just went to that line to really hurt somebody. You kind of have to go to that line, you know? So I understand why the other people were upset, but to her opinion, I think was right. Like, I'm not just saying this about all adopted people. I'm just trying to hurt her. And, you know, right or wrong, I mean, it's an answer, right? So,
right.
I mean,
she wasn't speaking of all adoption. She was looking to just get some. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Kane. I must have jumped in on that just after that.
Yeah, and you can still disagree, right? So people can say, like, I still even then, I probably wouldn't say that per se, but I've said horrible things that maybe somebody else wouldn't say. So like and I understand kind of where she's coming from in a way because I was harassed by somebody. I made a comment about their kid. They didn't see all what happened months before. They don't know what the buildup was to it. But at the end of the day, when I said it, that's all people saw. They didn't see the other piece of it. I think what's different is she's kind of telling everybody what's going on the whole time. So everybody knows Jen Altman's just a piece of shit. Like we all know she's a loser. She's a fucking waste of space. We all know that.
I don't understand the energy she spends.
It's weird. It's fucking weird to me.
It weird, really, it's strange. She's like a 54-year-old woman who just got married, and she live tweets Jess's show.
Get out of here. Sorry.
No worries.
Sorry. All right, go ahead.
I believe she's 54. She just got married. She's in Puerto Rico, and she's still live tweeting Jess's show. It's like that's strange to me. That's strange to me. You know,
very strange.
My son and his daughter right now are in Puerto Rico, Kane. If I had a YouTube show and my son was commenting while him and his girlfriend were in Puerto Rico, I'd tell him, put the phone down and go back and have fun. You know what I mean? This woman just got married and she's tweeting about Jess Machado. I don't get it.
It's silly stuff.
Hey,
dude.
Kane,
Not really. Go ahead.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Why does everyone call you a racist?
It's kind of just comments I guess I've made over time. I mean, jokes a lot. I wouldn't say it kind of really just started with me just saying the obvious, you know. If I'm in a city and I see people that are look like they're going to cause some trouble with me, I cross the street. And then it turned into this whole other thing where it was like, you're a complete racist, where I don't really think I am. I think I would use common sense and say, you know, it's situations that don't look safe, I wouldn't engage in them, and I'm not okay to say it. And I also don't. And my other piece of it is where maybe the bigger piece is, I just don't believe because you were a slave we can't, because black people were slaves, that we can't make fun of black people here and there. I just don't. I find that to be nuts to me. It's the same thing with Jewish people. Like there's people that really don't believe you can joke around about Jewish people. It's like, why? Because you're Jewish? Like I just don't. I'm not saying you should go around and say hurtful and mean and harmful things to people, but if you tell a joke, I don't think it should be the end of your life either. I just find it to be. I find the interesting part is the way people react to it. like their feelings are really
Yeah.
hurt. It's
Yeah.
the reaction that shocks me. And I like for not even saying, I'd understand if I was on here saying the N-word, then I would understand the reaction. But like to make fun of somebody and joke around because the same shit that's said about you and me all the time in different circles. I'm sorry. I just don't. I don't feel bad. I don't care, and I'm sorry that that happened in this country and all that stuff. But I mean, I don't care. I'm still gonna make fun of anybody I want to make fun of, and it doesn't matter to me, And
Gotcha.
to a point where it's, it just. Again, I think I'm just more interested in the people that are. I mean, literally, I made a comment, a throwaway comment, and the guy that runs the network, who happens to be Jewish, didn't want me on the network. They wanted me off.
Yeah.
Gone, banished. You know what I mean? That part kind of interests me. You know what I mean? If if the same thing was said about a Christian, it wouldn't happen. It wouldn't. Nobody would give a shit.
No,
So I just,
no, definitely not.
But hey, to each their own. I mean, I will say I appreciate that he stands for something, and that's how he feels, and that's fine. I mean, I guess we've made it past that part, but I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. I mean, I guess those comments. I guess I don't know, joking around, making jokes.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. I think it's obviously way overblown. I mean, I've worked with all different types of people in my life, and just to be clear, just beyond some of the people I've worked with, and I've worked with all different nationalities and cultures, and I've gotten along with just about everybody. So, I really don't know.
Gotcha. Now, am I wrong? But did I hear you on one of your previous shows, or a comment or a clip? But like, I think I'm pretty sure it was you, but didn't you make the mention of something along the lines of, a small portion of our population commits a large portion of the crime? And when you say that, like, that's what I don't understand. Why if you just, it's not racism if you're just saying factual information, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, it stems from the same thing. So that's my thing is like you can't read people's minds, right? So if something happens a lot more than something else happens, and we all do this, we can lie to ourselves and say we don't. But if we're walking down a city and we see a group of people that look like thugs, and we have kids, do we really want to walk through those crowds? I don't. I don't want to live where people commit crimes. I don't want to live in neighborhoods like that. I'm all set. If somebody wants to call me racist for that, that's fine. You go fucking move there then. I just don't want to. I mean, the facts are the facts. And it's not, and if you want to get into the reasons why, I'm not your guy for that. You know what I mean? I never have, I don't want to be some spokesperson. I am not smart. I wouldn't begin to tell you. I would just say that, if people really want to make the world better, just take care of your kids. That's all. Don't leave your kids in the lurch.
100%.
It'll be a lot better of a place, So
yes.
Yeah, that's pretty much it,
but,
Scott.
That's about it, Kane.
That's about it. That's pretty much where it stems from, I guess.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I mean, I would never hide from it. I just feel like it gives people ammunition to use these words, these buzzwords, where they think they mean anything to me, but they just don't. Like when you say, "Oh, you're a racist," it doesn't hurt my feelings. I don't care. My actions in my life. That's right.
It's the lowest. It's the lowest hanging fruit. It's the lowest hanging fruit.
It's lazy. It's just lazy.
Lazy.
Said, show me the actions. In my life, my actions where I've done these things, because they're not out there. You can go look in the court records if you want. I have no crimes against me. I have a divorce I went through. I've come out and said all the things that you could find about me. I've already put out there. I lost my kids for a couple months 4 years ago. I put that out there. I just want everything out there, so there's no like people that can come and there's nothing. The problem, I'm not worried about being doxxed because there's really nothing to find. I don't have any crimes. I'm not trying to hide something, So I don't really care. You know what I mean? It's fine. It's out there, and I'm not going to sit behind my account like other people do, like Don the Jeweler. These people that they go into your DMs. They're nasty. They're fucking cocksucking faggots. They want to say these things to you and be assholes, and they want to act a certain way and treat you like shit. And then when you say, "Hey, you want to come on the show?" Nope, they don't want to show their face. They want to show who they are. Then they want to. Then they wonder why when you post something. I just posted that. I've never posted anybody's DMs. I don't think, maybe once or something, but just to prove a point. Like you come and you say this to me. If I go out, I can't. Everybody knows who I am. I go on shows and I talk. If I go out and say some of the things I want to say, I have to answer to it. You don't. So hey,
Gotcha.
I'll put this out there and show you. Like, this is who this guy is. He's a bad guy.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You know, he spends his whole fucking day worrying about what I'm doing. You know, you're a bad father, you're this and that. That's why I gotta bring my fucking mother on just to prove it right now. I'm just kidding. That's not why I did it, but it was good to have her. And you know,
Yeah, it was good. It was
stuff,
good to see your mom.
You know, give me some give me a little love. I needed it. But I'll tell you, these people on the bunnies have been something else. These people are spectacular people, including yourself.
Thank
Good
you.
people.
Thank you. Kane, how many children do you have?
Two. I have a daughter who is 10. I have a son who's 14.
Okay.
So my
nice.
10-year-old is something. I will tell you something right here. I know I shouldn't do this, but my girlfriend is really good with kids. My daughter, you know, she's not going to tell me certain things, but she tells her everything, you know. And some of the stuff she's been saying to her, it's kind of scary. I mean, I don't know. The internet's a scary place, but some of the things she has said to my you know, the other day she said to her, you know, I shouldn't even mention it, but I will anyway. Just kind of odd. I was just like kind of thrown back as a band. Like, she's like, she asked my girlfriend if does she like it on top, and my girlfriend's like, what do you mean? Yeah, 10 years old.
Wow.
So my girlfriend's like, what do you mean by that? You know, and she really couldn't explain it, but I'm sure she heard it on some fucking thing or somewhere. Or who the hell knows, you know? But she would never say that to me, right? So the good for me, it's like she's so comfortable with her, and it's not just that. That's just like a high end example. But there'll be a bunch of stuff that comes out, and I'll be like, I didn't know about that, you know. And I'm glad she told me.
Yeah.
She opened up about it. So my life right now is really good with that situation. Like my girlfriend is great. People are happy. People treat me good. You know, it's been nice coming on and talking to somebody like yourself and going on these shows, and it's been fun. It's been different. It's been different because in the Minahan world, I'm one of the more hated people, you know. So it's a big difference.
I see that.
I don't know how to handle it. I don't know if I even like it. It's kind of weird. But yeah, I appreciate the questions. Got any more for me, Scott? Fuck, you got me here. You might as well ask whatever you'd like, I guess.
I don't know if I got any more questions, Kane. But hey, I'm glad your life's good. I'm glad you got your kids. Did you have a good birthday celebration? Because we were watching you on Jess's show, and you were at the hotel. Did you have a good time?
Yes, I was very controversial, that hotel. She threw her off her game. And then Jimmy was in the hotel too that night, right? Which was kind of fun.
She had both you guys on. They're both in hotels. Yeah.
No, it was probably the best birthday. I can't remember a better birthday I've had, to be quite honest. I cannot remember one. I mean,
awesome.
The money, the birthday gifts, it was like the icing on the cake. But in general, like, it was just a great experience. You know, I had such a great time, and I guess I'm having a lot more fun with somebody that's that I really love. You know, I think that's the bigger.
That's awesome, here. Kane.
Yeah.
Glad to hear that.
Love, man. No hate here.
Yeah.
Beat on those trolls, though. We're gonna beat on those trolls and wreck the internet, but we love everybody.
Yeah. The first time you had Jess on your show, and I tuned in, I was like, I like this dude. I want to have a beer with this guy. Like, I could tell you're a genuine dude, Kane. Like, you're a genuine guy. You are very likable. You are a very likable guy, and I mean, it shows in Jess's chat. I mean, everyone loves you in Jess's chat, you know. And it took me 5 minutes to see. I'm like, I really like this guy, man. He seems so genuine, you know. So I'm glad you brought me up here tonight, Kane. I appreciate this.
Take it easy.
Next time I'll get on camera. I'm locked in my bedroom. My wife and daughter were watching American Idol, and so I'm just kind of chilling on my bed here. So
awesome. Well, Scott,
I got the 4:45 a.m. alarm about to go off in just a few hours.
Right.
So
yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go. I appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much.
All right, brother. I appreciate you, and have a good night, Kane.
We'll have to have you on again, Scott. Thank you.
Hey, I'd love to come up again, man.
All right, buddy. So there you go, Scott. Wow, that was electric. Good job, Scott. Look, taking me to task. The fuck? Every time somebody comes on my show, they want to ask me questions about these things. All right, I gotta send a link. One more link. You guys can leave if you want, but I'm gonna get this guy on. I think we'll do over. Let's see. Okay. Copy. Yeah, we'll see. Let's see if we can get on. See if my friend Trevor's sound is fixed. Won't go too far the backstory because I don't got too much time more, man. I can't. These I don't know how you guys do this. I don't know how the Jess Machados of the world and the Kirk Minahans and these people that are, Kirk Minahan. I'll put him in the front. Sorry, I should never do that. I know. These guys do so much podcasting. It's so easy to them. I can't imagine. Can't imagine. I'm starting to get tired. Get some notes here. What else we got? We can go to the chat, I guess. It's been kind of all over the fucking place. We made fun of Mick. We made fun of Menners. Where is it? Yeah. Let's see. Oh, yes. The Nina Stanek space. Wow. What is wrong with these people? Man, do they hate? Do they hate in those spaces? That girl, I don't know if anybody knows her. Jay-Z, is that her name? She looks young and liberal and very, very annoying. She's one of the only ones that hasn't blocked me yet, which is shocking. I can't believe how many people have blocked me. I go all over the place. Every time I turn around, there's somebody blocking me. I even had Pat Ford taking my side against Don the Jeweler, which I was shocked. That space was wild. And I will say about her, I heard that, I know Jimmy did the impression, which was very funny. Turbo had a great show yesterday. Yeah, he does really good impressions. Turbo is very funny, but that space was nuts. These liberal, crazy people. And they only bring people on their spaces that they agree with. There's no dissenting voice on the spaces. And she's just like talking about nothing. There's no counterpoint. There's nobody that can counter it. And it's just like the amount of people that are in her spaces is mind-blowing to me. She's horrible on there. I mean, absolutely fucking horrible. And the people she had on there suck. You guys are dying, just dying to listen to this stuff. And it's just bad. I mean, it was just awful, awful, awful space. It'd be a lot better if there was like 10 people talking. Honestly, because listening to her, she's just so boring. And it's like, have you ever been on the internet before? Like, I don't want all this stuff to be nice. It's like, that's not how the internet is. Like, there's just a lot of people in this world that just should not be on the internet. They just shouldn't be. They just shouldn't be. And she's one of them. And there's others. That Sparky, whatever, she shouldn't be on the internet either. I mean, she ran a horrible space. She kept letting that girl interrupt yesterday in that space. And they fucking, it's like, just, do you know how to fucking knock somebody out of space? Why would you leave her in there? I don't even know why she let me up. What are you nuts? You fucking nuts? Letting me into that space? That was crazy. Other people that I've been in space with know better. They know better. Cause a lot of problems in there. But yeah, no, it was wild. And at the end of the day, they were just upset because she talked about abortion. That she talked about entertain. She was trying to not tell the truth and be entertaining on a podcast. Those were their gripes. So I'm gonna give this guy a few more minutes. If he doesn't come in, we'll have to do it another time. But I don't really want to wait around the whole night. But those spaces were nuts. So anyway, we saw the video of the girl. She's the nurse who steals pills, and her name's Erin. Accusing me of some controversial stuff. We'll see. I'm sure I'll get back to her, and maybe she'll come on and talk about it. She can break it all down, because I don't like being accused of those things, and I haven't really told anybody, and now people are going to know about it. Just trying to get everything off the table. Any loose ends. But a psychopath, as you see that video, it's just out of control. Let's see, you got anything in here? Oh, Shattuck. I'm gonna get Shattuck. I got my guy Gilroy on here too. Patrick Gilroy has a great podcast. Let's chat with Kat and Pat, which is Pat Gilroy, his wife Katrina Patiri. Oh, here he is. We'll make sure it sounds good. Let's see. How we doing?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Oh wow, that sound is awesome.
Okay,
Awesome.
good. Good.
Good. So how you been, Trevor?
All right, all right.
Yeah, how's things going? Did you see the podcast today with Carol on Facebook?
I caught some of it. Yeah. Is that that's Andrew's mom?
That's Andrew's mom. Yes.
Oh wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was in my grade. He was a good dude.
Good dude. She lost both of her sons, one to a motorcycle accident and one to a ambush in Afghanistan, where she said today that he was executed, which I did not know.
I didn't know that either. I didn't
Nah,
catch
it was something. Yeah, so I'm bringing you on. I mean, yes, we got some decent feedback. Obviously, we missed a lot of it last week. We couldn't. It was going in and out, and obviously we had to jump with a cut bait. But yeah, so I guess we were just talking about it. You were in prison. You were a bank robber. People were very interested in this. I knew they would be. You obviously did a lot of time, and you were stealing, mostly shoplifting baby food before you went to banks, right? You learned how to rob banks in prison. Is that what happened?
Yeah, it was sort of just a mathematical equation. Like they were so fed up with me shoplifting that they were giving me the amount of time bank robbers were getting. So just the numbers to shoplift as a criminal didn't work anymore.
Sure. So you said you got caught. You obviously was a process. You learned how to do it. You never went in with a weapon though, huh? No weapons. Never one bank robbery with a weapon, huh?
No, I actually had one on accident one time, and I didn't know till the next day. There's a gun in the trunk. So luckily I didn't get caught for that, or I would have got an extra decade. But that's one of the things that he taught me. I was very lucky that I didn't just go in there like a lot of guys do, just uninformed and desperate. I had a guy school me, and he was a generational bank robber, so he was very familiar with the guidelines and how to not get 20 years, and don't tell me.
I can hear you good though, so you can keep talking. You can hear good.
So yeah. So I didn't go in there, I didn't go in there uninformed, and I made sure to do everything he told me. I stuck to his playbook. Because I didn't want to do 20 years. There was no way I was gonna do a 20-year bid. I was all set with that. So yeah, I kept to what I learned.
Sure. So you end up getting caught. You did the time. So I guess I kind of was. I was saying before. I was watching. I've been listening. I've been seeing some of your posts on Facebook. And how do you feel about the current situation now in the country? I mean, you got any takes on this? And I know Trump has moved another aircraft carrier into the Middle East area.
Yeah,
really looking to fight a war over there. And what do you think about all this shit that's going on, man?
You really want to hear my take, man? You sure?
Yeah, we're here, man. Why not?
Well, it's just funny how fast America first turned to Israel first, isn't it?
Sure.
It seems like before 9/11, I don't remember feeling any animosity towards anybody in the Islamic world. I don't remember feeling that they were anybody to be afraid of or anybody not to walk on a plane with. And then after 9/11, funny enough, we go and take out all their enemies in the region. And it looks like we're still doing it. And, you could say that that's really convenient for them, or you could do it with air quotes, and seems like we're still fighting all their wars for them. They must be very lucky to have us.
Are you concerned about a war in Iran? Do we think it's just imminent? Do you think it's just going to happen at this point?
It's a guarantee. Netanyahu listed the countries that he wanted to topple the regimes from before 9/11 when he went to Congress, and Iran's the only one left.
Yes.
And they can't really sell it to the people, which is going to be, in my opinion, another reason for a false flag. The army has their catchphrase or whatever. It's "be all you can be," right? Go to join the army, be all you can be. the Mossad is by deception thou shalt make war. That's the Mossad's motto.
Sure.
Like, join the Mossad, by deception thou shalt make war. That's literally their motto, like their catchphrase. So not only is it convenient that we fight all their regional enemies, but they also tell us, like, hey, this is what we're in the business of doing. There's not enough of us in the world for us to fight all of our enemies, so we're going to make you do it.
What do you think they want to do with Iran? What do you think the end game is here, to make it all small little community, like villages, or what are they trying to do there? You think they're trying to just topple the actual, just the dictatorship there, or?
I think it's a long game. I think they destabilize the region to become the geopolitical hegemon. And I think that they also, by destabilizing the region, they also destabilize the West and Europe by flooding it with third world migrants. And by flooding first world nations with third worlders and taking out the current regional and geopolitical hegemons, Israel becomes the de facto world power, the next in line to be a world empire. Even though they're small on the world stage, by doing these crippling, like, intermediary sanctions and all this shit, and they're half the world's billionaires or more. They control all the finance, they control big pharma, they control everything that counts. They're a world power as a diaspora, and now that they have a home base since 1948, I think that's what they're looking for, is to topple America, topple Europe, and to become, the unquestionable next empire, world ruling empire. That's what I think.
Interesting. You what kind of podcasts and stuff you listening to these days? Do you do a lot of reading, or where are you getting all your information from? What's your conduit? Get your information.
Well, I like to read a lot of older stuff, like all the new stuff. Like, I was listening to Nick Fuentes for a while, but you can tell he's been captured. He's been ideologically captured, whether he's been blackmailed or not. You can tell he sold out the cause. Maybe Thomas Sowell, and not the black guy, Thomas Sowell from Australia. I listen to him, but as far as like authors, I would say like Dostoevsky, Solzhenitsyn, the people who are calling out the questions that I'm calling into question right now. The people who said, hey, wait a minute, screw the mustache, man. Like, what about Stalin? Like, the people who are calling attention to the actual problems instead of the ones that are more of a deflection.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's, to me, a pretty simple guy. I don't think too deep about it. I just don't want my son in a war in Iran. That's really all I don't want to happen. I get very scared when I see this happening. Obviously, Trump was supposed to not really be getting into wars like this, and it's not happening. I mean, what we're watching is scary. I mean, at some point, there's going to be ground troops. You're not going to take out Iran without ground troops, and it's just a frightening scenario right now. If you have young children and they're going to go fight in this war, and I think it's pretty fucking disgusting, to be quite honest. Because it's not really going to affect America, is it? I mean, they're across the ocean. I mean, I'm not really sure how anybody could not see what's going on, really, right?
Well, we didn't think it was going to affect us when we toppled the rest of the Middle East. Now you can't go to a bodega without a Indian or some other, Middle Eastern guy running the thing, because, it's a secondary effect, right? We topple it, and then they become third world they become led by ISIS and all these other factions, and they get very tribal, and then the people who don't want anything to do with the tribalism flee. And where are they going to go?
Yeah.
They're going to come here. You come here for the handouts, and the next thing you know, you didn't think that your kid was going to have to fight any Iranians, but he's fighting them next door because they live next door, and they run your neighborhood, and they're calling out Islamic prayer 5 times a day, and you have to wake up to it in the morning. You know, like, will it affect us today? No, but 10 years from now, your kid's going to wake up to Islamic prayer as a direct result of what you've seen since 9/11.
Sure.
And Iran is just another stone in that walkway.
Yeah, I've heard the theory. I just wonder if that's even. I mean, I think at some point though, I don't think America can let that really. Is that going to happen? I don't know. I hope not. I think it's a great country now. You don't want it to turn into, if your demographic completely changes, it's a different country, isn't it? I mean,
yeah. Look at Detroit. Look at Detroit. They're waking up to it right now. Their city council all got voted out. They got a Shia Islamic council. Like they got a Shia Islamic council. What's the name of that town there? It's a big city up there. I forget, up near Detroit, Michigan. Is it Dearborn? Dearborn.
Okay.
Yeah. And other places like Texas, their city council just voted for Sharia law or whatever. I mean, think of it happening in Texas and Michigan. Those are what we consider red states.
Yeah, that's true.
Gun voting, like traditional white American, states, and they're just they're getting overran by third world. And look, we think of ourselves as like really selfless people as white Americans. We don't think of each other as white Americans as like one racial unit. But sorry, Fee. Hey, give me 1 minute, Mike. Yeah, we don't think of ourselves as one. Hey, Ruff. We don't think of ourselves as one racial unit, right? But everybody else does.
Yes. No, I get what you're saying. I think you're broken up.
Else, but you're gonna lose some city councils. Sorry, I'm in a better spot now. Yeah, so that's the way it's gonna be. If we don't look out for ourselves and see ourselves as one people, other people do, and that's just the way it's gonna go.
All right, we got a fact checker. He's coming in to fact check it right now. Let's see what he says. He said, "What town in Texas, Michigan isn't a red state?" I'm not smart at this stuff. I know. You say, "I know." Michigan, yeah, fact check by Freddie Lynn. Good job, Freddie.
Traditional state. We don't think of it. What I'm saying is, we don't think of it as New York or Florida or like California, and it was very red up until the 1980s. It was red as red gets. It was as red as Texas. What he's saying now? Oh, now it's a purple state. Exactly. That's exactly the point I'm illustrating. Yeah. Is it wasn't, and now it is. You know what I mean? And now it's purple. And what's it going to be in 10 years from now? Not only is it going to be blue, but it's going to be Shiite.
You get that? What do you? So we'll get off the sad stuff. We don't want to scare too many people here, but what have you been doing lately? And what's been going on in your life? Anything? Any big changes? Or I know you're a pretty hardcore Christian. You've been hitting the church hard. Or what?
Hardcore Christian, but I kind of do my own evangelizing and my own studying. I read the Bible in Hebrew and Greek for myself. I use it with the Strong's Concordance and a Thayer's because the English translations are corrupted. Like, and when they say, when people say like, "Oh, the Bible's been changed," like they're not lying. It's been changed.
So
go
ahead.
No, I just meant to say I've seen it for myself, and
Are you ready to? Are you ready to come off the world is flat? Are you sticking to it, man?
Can't come off an objective truth, man. It's flat.
Okay. So I think we talked about this. I know you might have sent me something, but I always think about like the sun just always be out, or how did that work where we have night? I was just curious about that again.
So what you have on if I don't know if you have another device, but if you ever look up something called Gleason's map,
Okay.
that's the map that they took and wrapped around the ball. If you ever look at the quote from the guy who made the blue marble, which is like, you remember the iPhone 4, everybody's setting was like that globe picture?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I do remember that.
So the guy who made that admits that, well, nobody's ever claimed that that's a real picture because it's not, because no pictures of the globe exist because the globe doesn't. But what he said was, I took the Gleason's map and I wrapped it around a ball, and that's how I made this picture. And, it's a direct quote from him. And so what you have is, in the flat Earth, or the true Earth, North Pole is in the center.
Yes.
Antarctica is just an ice ring.
Like a big ice wall. Is that what you're saying? You're broken up again. We got to get this on record.
Navigates the center is east or west, whether it's clockwise or counterclockwise. Okay. So that's your flat Earth model, basically. And then when you have like your equinoxes and shit, all that is the sun moving closer or further away from the North Pole, which is what gives you your seasons.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's why a lot of times you see the sun and the moon out at the same time. Like what's going on the other side of the Earth? If we're in a ball and the sun and the moon are right next to each other, you can see them right out your window. It's because, that's not the model.
You don't buy, but do you think the other planets are round or no? Are they all flat? I asked you that last time. Like the moon doesn't.
No, those are just. No. I mean, I really can't speak to what the moon is, but I know it's a luminary. But sure. These other planets, like when you say planets, like, dude, there's a firmament. There's a firmament up there, and those planets. There's a firmament up there above us, and those planets were never called planets. They're just wandering stars. So every star, you've seen the same stars your whole life, the same exact stars in the same exact pattern, the same exact constellation for all of recorded history. They've never changed, even though we're moving in 4 different directions at 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Yes.
You never thought that was funny?
Well, isn't everything moving with you though? But that's all in the Milky Way still, right? And the Milky Way is moving, right? Those stars are still in the Milky Way galaxy, though, aren't they?
Right, but if you're twisting and turning and tilting, then how has Polaris never moved 1 inch over the North Pole? If you're moving in 4 different directions, you're saying, and it's 3.4 trillion light years away, you know how much it would have to move to just follow Earth's North Pole around? Like, that doesn't even make sense. And then every constellation just spins around Polaris. So Polaris stays still, the Earth stays still, and all the constellations spin around Polaris. And if you ever Google star trails, you'll see that in like time lapse.
I'll have to definitely Google that. But I want to get back to the planets of stars. They would be so bright, wouldn't they? How come we don't see them like we see the sun? They're smaller, or what's your theory there?
Oh, the sun. So the sun is specifically to like give life and light the Earth. The stars are just for like what the Bible says, tracking seasons. Polaris is for direction, and it's also God's throne room right over the North Pole. You know why a compass works, right?
Let's hear it. I'm here for it.
If you ever look up a map, If you look up a map from the 16th century, it's called the Mercator. What you have in the North Pole is a big black rock. It's called the Rupes Negra on the Mercator map because he was a Spanish explorer. And it's 33 miles wide. It's a big black magnetic rock. And that's what's at the North Pole. And that's why your compass works.
Interesting.
A compass doesn't work on a globe. Like you couldn't point a compass towards something magnetic through like 25,000 miles of magma and like pick up a magnetic signal like pointing you north. It doesn't work. Like that's fantasy land. Like it just doesn't work. Like, and not to get too like biblical here or whatever, but it's my job to evangelize as a Christian. The only reason that the globe exists is if you knew for 100% certain, like I do, that the earth was flat and that this globe thing was bullshit and that the only thing up there was God and a firmament and a protective layer, a protective dome, you would have no question that we weren't some cosmic mishap. You would know that God was real. You would know that you better worship him or you've got some problems. And there's another guy down here, an enemy of his, who doesn't want you to know that. And he's got one job, is to make you not know that, or to at least make you question it.
Is his name Netanyahu or?
Nah, that's his prime minister. Yeah.
Well,
we
do have some science people that would probably, it wouldn't be a bad debate to have that show with you guys on here. I don't know enough about it. I just feel like I don't subscribe to what you say, I guess. But hey, look, everybody has your opinions. I'm not the guy to debate you on it, but I actually find it to be kind of interesting that you obviously.
If I could tell you one thing, right? If I could just make one critical point.
Go ahead.
Anybody who's watching, if they ever want to like find a place to start, first of all, TikTok's the best place for flat earth. I know that sounds silly, but TikTok is a great place for flat earth creators because they don't censor them. But if you ever use any search engine, I think I told you this last time or the first time, any search engine, Bing, Google, AI, I don't care what you use, and say, why is every picture of the globe computer generated? Just type that up. Why is every picture of the globe computer generated? It admits you use, I don't care if you use Google, Bing, AI, Alexa, Siri.
What does it say?
And it says because we haven't been out in space far enough to take a real picture. While contemporaneously claiming that we have rovers on Mars and we have another one at Venus and we have another one at Uranus. And they say things like totally ridiculous. They say like, oh, we found a planet made of cotton candy. Like they literally say they found a planet made of cotton candy. They say they said they found that Uranus is full of sulfur and it smells like farts. Like, dude, they're making fun of you, dude. They're literally, not only are they lying to you, they're making fun of you, dude. Like, it's like, wow. It's embarrassing. I have someone who like was granted eyes to see, to watch everybody else.
What do you think the rover is? Just like in a desert, or you think it's just computer generated?
No, they found it's in Canada.
It's in Canada. Interesting. Whereabouts?
Yeah.
Like
There's a name of the island. It's off the East Coast. I forget the name of the island though, but you can type it up real quick and you can match all the pictures yourself. They just they just like AI'd it red or like colored it red to make it look like the land that they show, claim that Mars is. But Mars is just a wandering star.
I have a question in the chat for you. It's important. Do you know who has Nancy Guthrie? That's what people want to know.
Nah, I don't follow the devil worshipping pedophilic celebrities.
Oh wow. Okay, we're getting it all tonight. I enjoy it. I don't know how other people feel about it. I think it's. And look, you live and die on your opinions, and on this platform, we take them all in. We're not here to debate. We're not gonna debate people, because this is what some of these guys like Freddie wants to do. If you start going in and start just being an asshole, people won't want to come on. Well, it's nice.
No, but that's what makes you awesome, because everybody thinks they're right about everything, and and we're just not, dude. Like how. My grandfather, if I can add a little personal inflection real quick.
Sure.
My grandfather was in World War II, right? And he was captured. He was a POW. So he had the tattoo that the Jews had on his forearm because he went to a concentration camp when he was captured.
Okay. And
so when anyone would try to tell me the truth about World War II, I would get really emotionally defensive. And because I lived with my grandfathers, I took it personal, and as a result of that, when I found out the truth about World War II, it was that humiliation, that level of humiliation that everybody who was trying to tell me the truth, I dogged them. But not because I had information that they didn't have. It's because I was emotional. It's because I was emotional because I had a personal investment. It wasn't because I had more information, more accurate information than them. It was because I got emotional and defensive like a chick. You know, no offense to the women out there, but that's not the way a man's supposed to react. He's supposed to react with logic. And because I didn't, I missed the ball. I humiliated myself. And that's what humbled me enough to be like, you know what? If a lie that big walked through my own house, not intentionally, but if a lie that big, you know, crossed the threshold that close to me and I missed it, then I need to take a look at some other things, you know?
Yeah,
and that
kind of when you're basing your opinions on stuff like that, just kind of looking a little more critically, is that what you're saying? In general,
yeah, like you gotta humble yourself. Like everybody thinks they're right about everything, and when you grow up, you really reach a place where you gotta take a look at the world afresh.
Sure.
You know, or else you're gonna fall for everything that they told you. Look, our governments lie to us, and people go on like, yeah, the government used to do this crazy stuff. Thank God they're all right now. It's like, dude.
Yeah, I don't know how many people believe in that anymore, but
yeah,
I honestly got to get out of here. I'm just tired. It's been 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah, I see.
I appreciate it. Hey, let's do a Facebook thing though. Let's get one of those out there, and we won't have to do too much of this. We can just kind of go through a different kind of path. I think. Just you know, people are probably wondering what you've been doing. You know.
Right on. Yeah. I'm around anytime for you, buddy.
The Facebook ones are a lot more, you know, a little more less controversial. But hey, thank you very much.
Yes,
Again,
sir.
These are his opinions. Let him get them out there. We don't censor people's opinions. And hey, look, I know you believe what you're saying on here because trust me, I've seen it in live version, and it's interesting. I have an open mind to anything. I don't close my mind to anything. So. Yeah, thank you for coming on, Trevor. I appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me, brother. Appreciate you.
Thank you. That segment was just for manners. Love you, buddy. Interesting guy. Probably gonna get yelled at later. My girlfriend's like freaked out right now. Why can you talk to you? Hey, what's going on? Flat Earth. Anyway, you know, he comes with some reason. Good guy. You know, I have my own opinions, but those are his. So, you know, when the people attack and they call me racist, you know what? Hey, look, everybody can have their own opinions. It's a free country. First Amendment's real, and we should embrace all opinions and have open minds for a lot of things. We shouldn't close our minds to anything. So I thought he did okay. Yes, like you know what, Freddie? We're not here to censor, fact check, and no logic. Okay, you have your own opinions. You're closed-minded, Freddie. I keep my mind open. I listen. Let people talk. You know, if you come in and you're an asshole, people aren't gonna give you that much. You're not gonna get the flat earth stuff. Okay, Freddie? Learn from me. Anyway, it's a long show. Thank you very much. It's hard to believe we started with my mother. What a performance. She said she cannot stand my girlfriend. Can you believe she said that? No, she didn't say that. She did not say that at all. She'll just have to go back and see what she said now. So thank you for that view, honey. We'll let you go. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for listening. The episode's over. Bunch of guests. Thank you. My mother for coming on. Trevor. Erica Walsh. Scotty. And thank you, Mick, for giving me some content. Manners, thank you for having this network. John from Scranton, thank you for the help. And everybody else, thank you very much for listening, and I appreciate you guys. Have a good night.